Alright, welcome back. It's the Darkest Dungeon. We are on Season 4, this is Episode 2. I was going to record this last night, but the entirety of quite a big area around where I live, actually, got hit by some power outages. And since Australia is in a full total fire ban, we lost power for basically the rest of the day. So at about 3 o'clock it went out and, well, that was about the time I was about to start stream. I literally got to the point where I was like, hey, welcome to the stream, everyone, talking about the music I had playing as the intro, which I have as I had as our intermission music and our start music, which is Darkest Dungeon OST, which is a brilliant song. I very like it. And I presume we're able to use it given it's OST for the game that we're playing currently. So that is what it is. Otherwise, I don't know, whatever. As always, I will be struck down if it's so necessary, but yes, that's where we're at the moment. But yeah, I ended up not being able to play it for most of last night, so in the period of time where I wasn't picking up dinner for us from KFC, and where I wasn't playing, what was it, Pictionary, not Pictionary, Picturica, I think that's what it was called, where you gotta like find images on a board. I was researching. Turns out, so there's this guide. Let me quickly bring up the name because I was actually just watching it during, while I was in my intermission, getting my coffee and such. It's called Filthy. Well, the guy's called Filthy Robot, and he does How Good Is the Blank series. So I watched the How Good Is the Leper, of which he was just basically like, no, it's not. It's shit. Here's why. And I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting. Good to know. I've watched The Crusader. I've watched The Hellion. I've watched a lot of different stuff. I don't particularly recall the Hellion one, not gonna lie. But I've just been keeping up on those, like, that style of video. Because he does a very statistical style, as opposed to the other person I was watching, Shuffle FM, who does he does statistics, but it's a lot of here's what I think about this, here are some strategies that you can use, here's builds that you can use with this, and I've been enjoying that.
Months, years, an eternity.
And as we check here, I like this. No graveyard. I mean, that's going to change very soon, I imagine.
You will know the tragic extent of my
Introlate Flesh. The Introlate Flesh we roasted last time. Swine Prince, I reckon we can take care of. The Sleeper. Now, this is one that I was unsure about, and I ended up just basically watching a YouTube video of people doing it, because I wasn't sure how to go about doing it. Seemed pretty decent. I was fine with it. We got a decent chunk of cash. I think everyone's doing the thing that they can be doing right now. Okay, it looks like we've already assigned our team as well. Reynold, Dismas and Junior, and then Cove Master. So she can dodge back. Do we have items? It doesn't look like we've got trinkets at the moment. Okay, you, lass. We'll give you the stress and the damage up because you realistically need it. You already have a pretty low dodge. So damage, actually we could go accuracy, crit, and dodge down. Okay, focus ring, damage, melee. Accuracy and crit is good. We'll make sure we hit when we hit reliably. We go this one. That's healing skills down. So we won't heal as much with Inspiring Cry, but we're only going to be healing one anyways. That's just stress dealing with, essentially. You get that, and then we'll counter out the dodge down by getting you just dodge back up. And then you, young lass, you can have extra health, I imagine. We don't really have anything else here that would be too useful. Could give bleed resist, but it is what it is. I would like to get rid of Antsy, and that's why we're taking Reynold out this session, or this combat, I guess. Excuse me for a moment while I just had to mute. Manslayering. I believe this is what we're doing. And I'm just gonna quickly ban that bot. At this point, I'm not even like glancing at the message. I just see a spread of like characters and shit, and I'm just like, okay, ban, ban, ban. That being said, of course, you know, I glanced at it long enough to be certain that it's something I need to get rid of. Anyways, this is a long mission. We have someone who's religious, and we have two people who aren't. That's a whole thing. Let's maybe come quickly over here. You. Okay, what do we got? This one. This one. You. Snuff box, that would be useful. That one. We want those. Unparalleled finesse. Oh boy, we just dropped down money immediately. Holy crap, I didn't realize that it was going down so quickly. Okay. Crap. Alright, that was my mistake. Lucky dice, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Blightstone, we'll get rid of that. Okay. So, never mind. Looks like that's what we're doing. Okay, anyways. Encourage, zealous, speech, stand tall, one companion. That's good. I like those. If afflicted, prevent nighttime ambush. That's all good. Self only, stress down. Yeah, it's useful. I was listening to the video and they were talking about having percent stress downs for a while, how it essentially is going to stop you from getting a bunch of stress for quite a while. And I was like, actually, that makes a lot of sense. I should probably invest in doing that. Yeah, you're all good anyways. We just unlocked unparalleled finesse, clean guns, bandit sense. We'll take. Depends. Do we want to spec up our melee? Not particularly. Oh, actually, I just realized I'm dumb. Damage, stress, because that's damage on melee. Okay, hang on. Focus ring. Let's. I almost did a very bad call. Give you that, and that drops your dodge a little bit. Then we'll pop up your damage just a bit further. You're all good. You're good, you're good, you're good, and you're good. Yeah, I think that's basically as good as we're going to get it. We'll do this mission. Grab all the food, a stack of torches, ruins. We want 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Maybe we swap to Bulwark of Faith for a little bit. Actually, we can swap. I'll tell you what, we'll swap when we need to. I'm cool with that for now. All the keys, all the shovels. We're not even that high leveled, so we're just going to go into it. In terms of, like, we're not dealing with a medium. This is just an easy difficulty dungeon, 0 to 2, so we should be right, I reckon. Very nice. Just taking a bit of a sip of my coffee. I had to clear in my throat because apparently milk is not really doing too well for my throat while I'm still suffering from this flu.
Pace out the halls of your
Oh boy.
once familiar, now foreign.
Bop, 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 bop. Okay, gotcha. I think I've scouted out a rough area in my head. We'll use our holy water here. Not bad, not bad actually. That's pretty good. Otherworldly corruption. Now, a brutal bit of damage there, but we should be able to deal with it. Pop a torch as we enter this room. Yep, there's some combat. Excellent. Bone Rabble and Courtiers. Gonna dodge backwards. Tempting Goblet on Reynold. Luckily we dodge. That's good. You're going to now Tempting Goblet again. 3 damage and a bit of stress. 15, that's fine. He's starting to stress up a little bit, just a tad, which is irritating. Let's come over here and go for a nice big heal. Unfortunately, we're kind of forced to react accordingly. How did our... Oh, weapon-based quirk trinket. Oh, its speed goes down quite heavily first round. I didn't realize about that. Damage down if torch is high. Oh, that's not good. Okay, well, we'll come in here and bonk this guy. Hopefully go for a stun, which we do. That prevents his turn. Which we'll come over here and we'll just crit, apparently. Duelist advance. So now she's going to go first. Nope, you're going to go first. Okay, tempting goblet on Reynold. They're just stockpiling or piling up on him at the moment. Jesus, do you mind, sir? I really hope he doesn't go negative very quickly. Get rid of this fool,
With impunity.
and that's fine with me. We can point blank blast that fool, and of course he does get knocked back, which is not good, because if he got knocked, since he got knocked back, that means that this guy is in position 1, which means that Reynold cannot do anything. So we're just gonna quickly do the stress heal on himself,
But never hidden.
and then we'll just pickaxe this fool in the face. He's gonna, or we're gonna miss rather. His stun wears off, and then let's just go for just a duelist advance, just take him out,
Falls.
poke him in the face a bit.
Blossoms.
Okay, and skeleton key. Nice, a couple of those. That's fine with me. Downwards we go, and we'll roll around. We have extra scouting, but it hasn't procced yet, which is unfortunate. I was figuring there was about to be either a trap or a combat. Throw dagger, 11 damage, not bad. You're going to rend on our grave robber, who's luckily going to dodge because she ain't about that. Stressful incantation on Reynold, and he is going to be tested. Oh boy, please don't be negative, come on. And he's irrational. Of course he is.
Reeling. Gasping.
Oh man.
The edge into
That's
madness.
definitely not ideal. Oh, crit. Feels bad for you, madam. Okay, you need to go, so I'll stun you. We need to start being a bit more on top of our stuns, hopefully. Do you mind? Okay, well, we need to deal with that, hopefully. We'll duelist advance forward, 8 damage.
Destroy them all.
Okay, and now let's lunge forward, do 11 damage, which isn't too bad, actually. And then we'll just de-stress you. That's just basically going to be his job for a while. We're just going to keep de-stressing him if possible.
Their formation is broken.
Luckily, we have a couple of damage dealers, so we can still maintain a relative level of like damage taken or damage doing.
And driven into the mud.
Okay, sack is empty. I'll tell you what we can do. Move you back, move you back. We'll just keep this order so that way she can shadow fade back, then gunshot. Pop a torch. It's irritating that Reynolds already in a bad position. But if we can hopefully take care of that soon. Okay, just he's stressing more. Irritating, irritating indeed. Okay, now bookshelf. That's one of those ones that always does get me because there's a lot of different stuff the bookshelf has. What are we looking at? Bookshelf here. Scouting, stress, positive quirk, negative quirk. We have no way to remove any possible things or any possible stress. So he is a perfectionist now, so he's going to stress if he misses, which luckily we have a plus 10 accuracy, so that shouldn't happen too often, but that's irritating. Okay, Bone Courtiers, they're surprised, which is good. Okay. Shadow Fade. Not bad. We'll come over here and we'll Judgment upon this one. 7 damage, not bad. And a crit on the self-heal. Very nice. You can self-heal. Just keep working on that. Anytime we let up, we're going to start being messed up because of it. 9 damage. Begone, fiend. You're going to Tempting Goblet on Reynold, because of course you are. That's 15 stress. I might need to camp soon. As much as I don't like the idea of camping immediately, it might be a wise move just to try and get rid of that negative stress. Tempting Goblet, 3 damage, and a bit of stress. Tempting Goblet now on him again, 3 damage, and another bit of stress. Oh, Jesus Christ. There's a fair chance that we might be in a bit of a bad position right now, not gonna lie.
Give them no quarter.
Okay. Duelist advance on you, 8 damage. That's fine. And I'm thinking we throw dagger and just take care of him. Yep. Nice. And now you, sir, move forward and can take out him. Excellent.
Surges as the enemy crumbles.
Nice. And a bit of a stress heal from that. That's always nice.
This
Okay.
expedition at least
Oh, we got
promises
scout.
success.
What do we got? Ooh, a secret room. Nice. Okay. Gotta say, I like this situation right now. Do you mind, sir? Do you mind indeed? Antsy and God-fearing. Let me just select him, even though it's probably not going to make a difference. Oh, hang on. I'll deal with it on the way back through, I reckon, actually. I don't want to get the stress from backtracking at the moment. Okay, let's come over this way. And we'll get the torch to immediately burn it.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Okay, no stress guys here, which is good. You're going to quarrel on Cove Master, 6 damage, that's brutal. You are going to throw dagger, 6. Not even enough to take him out, what a bummer. We'll come over here in Judgment to finish him off. We're going to stunning on this guy if we have... Oh, okay, I guess we won't use our stunning blow on him. That 3 damage is because of your own foolishness. Okay. Dash forward. Now, the bone owl is going to be an issue. Lily is coming into my room. Hello, Lily. What are you doing? What are you doing? Wait. Okay. Let's lunge and take him out. Nice. And now we can finish off this one. Not bad indeed. Anti-venom. It's always useful. I suppose I'll give this and we'll take the anti-venom. Let's restore our order and move on. Not the worst, not the best. That's fine, we will deal with them like we've dealt with the rest. Okay, so we can we'll blast up some heat. And onwards we move. Of course, every time that Lily or Dash comes into my room, it means the door's open. Okay, Lily, I'm not playing with you right now. I've got stuff to do. Okay. Key. Okay, you take that. We'll take this. Ah, jeez. Suppose we'll take that then. Regardless, even if we have to retreat, we've got a solid chunk of stuff at the moment. Lily, what are you doing? Hey? Wait, come here. Hey? Okay. Now, let's try and de-stress him as best as possible. Lily, I'm not playing with you right now. I'm streaming. Afflicted. Yep, there we go. That prevents our nighttime ambush as well. Wait. No. Where'd that go? That's there. A bit of chicken sitting on my plate there. The bone left, and she's like trying to get at it. Wait, no. Out. Come on, out. Out, Lily. I'm not playing with you right now. I've got stuff to do. Okay. Stress down for the entire party. That's good. But it feels like we need to focus our stress healing on this man's right now. Self-only. Prot up. Self-only. Yeah, we'll do this one. Nice. How's our time looking? 4. Okay, we still have a bit of time actually to work on stuff like this. Melee skills. We want to probably boost our ranged skills, especially with Perfectionist right now. That's all of our 4 turns. We could boost Prot. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay, so all of a sudden, he's doing a lot better now. We're going to pilfer and grab some medicinal herbs. Okay, cool.
As the light gains purchase,
Not bad indeed.
spirits are lifted.
Ah,
And
fascinating.
made clear.
There's a fire nearby where some of the boys are. Oh, there's medicinal herbs here. Perfect. Something we can use some medicinal herbs on.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Okay, this is looking good. What we can do is we throw dagger and take out this one. That spider would be an issue. You can chill yourself out a bit further. Get that stress down. Grave Nibble on Cove Master, 3 damage. Luckily we resist the stun. We're going to dash forward and crit. Impressive. Damn, I missed your eyes. Grave Nibble on Junior. Luckily it misses, not bad. We can come over here and go for a stun. Bada bing. Nice chunk of damage as well, but it resisted the stun. Okay, fair. I should probably have realised that it has a high stun resist. That's fine.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Yes. Okay, so we're at 39 stress. We, all things considered, have done pretty well in reducing the stress. What we can do is we can head around this way. We can use the shovel on this, just bonk it open. Nice chunk of stuff.
For a task well performed.
We can increase our torch. There's another medicinal herb. We don't have medicinal herbs here. Let me quickly scroll down. Anything. We can find loot. We can get tetanus. I am going to open it with you. Very nice. Oh boy. That's sapphires and jades. I don't really care about the jades, but the sapphires are where it's at. We'll take the sapphires instead of the portrait, I reckon. That's a nice chunk of cash. 1,000. Not bad indeed. Books. Okay, sure, I guess. Just act without my allowing it. Whatever. Should have known better. Yeah, you should have, fool. I was scrolling up to check. Oh boy. And combat. Damn it, I was trying to pop a torch. You can shadow fade, sure. Quarrel on Junior. Luckily it misses. Nice, nice. Okay, sure, don't have your turn. That's whatever. 5 damage. Activate our riposte. That's good. You're going to quarrel on Reynold. 2 damage now. If I camped again, I'm sure I could probably reduce him to 0. But I don't really want to have to use a camp again so soon. We'll stun the soldier. Try and remove his turn if possible. Okay, we'll point blank and just blast that fool back. Nice. Then we'll lunge. Or we'll just throw dagger. Crit. Very nice. Solid, solid. Very good. Incoherent battling. Fantastic. Quarrel now on Junior. 3 damage. We'll come over here and go for a stun. See if it procs. No, it did not. Should have probably figured that was going to happen, but that's fine. We'll come over here and finish that one off and self-heal. Nice. Now it's going to be taken out. Easy. Throwing dagger. How fantastic. Lightstone and busts. We won't worry about that. Open that. Oh boy, the resurrection collar. Interesting. Emeralds. So that's a total of 1,250. Which isn't actually that good, all things considered, but let's pop a torch. We'll take the resurrection collar.
A blazing star is born.
And we want the deeds, we want all that stuff. Okay, well, let's tell you what, we'll leave it. Let's room battle. We'll do this battle and then we can camp, hopefully, a bit further up ahead. I'm trying to still stretch it out as best as possible. Okay, hang on. This is the altar. Hold on. Let's take a look. This is just the Altar of Light, which is a nice buff, which will give us a nice 20% buff. Now this is the Decorative Urn. Yeah, we'll get you to do this, just in case you get diseased. Yep, you're infected. At least we resisted the blight. Very nice. There's a 22% chance of happening. That's fine. Okay. Soldier, defender, arbalist, etc. Okay. Let's activate our... Actually, we could probably throw dagger. No, we can't take him out. 6 to 11, we could take... Yeah, we'll just go for a big chop. That's fine. And then we'll come over here and go for a stun. 6 damage. That's fine. Okay, we didn't stun, though. Let's do our duelist advance, though, and we'll chop forward and crit. Very nice. Masterfully executed. And then I reckon we will stun you. Yep, the stun worked, not bad. You're going to quarrel with Junior. 2 damage, not too bad. And you're going to graveyard slash, perfect. 2 damage, slash back for 8. How fantastic. Why? I don't know why you got stressed. You guys mock my allies and you mock me, I'm pretty sure, if I was reading that correctly. Which, if anything, is actually sort of heartwarming. We'll dash forward and do a bit of damage. I should probably spread my damage out and take these guys out. 5 damage, that's fine. Alright, you are gone. Get out of here. We could have probably actually stunned that one, but he already had his turn. Throw dagger. Or do we want to lunge? Lunge will do a lot more damage. 14. Not enough to kill him, apparently, though. Inspiring Cry. Just heal yourself at the moment, my guy. As much as we would prefer to take him out, that's fine. Graveyard slash, 5 damage. That's all good. He's stressing everyone else out. Okay, you get out of here. Big old bonk. And then we'll go Duelist Advance and big old bonk. And a crit. Excellent. Not bad indeed. Nice group of things. Something for you, actually. A Sickening Satchel. And more emeralds. Okay. You and you. Let's take the Sickening Satchel, just because it's good to have stuff like that. And we'll deal with that. Let's camp.
A moment of respite. A chance to steal oneself.
Okay, you, sir, need to de-stress just a tad. Or I guess, you know, be a pain in the ass. Fine, whatever. Okay, nice. Bit of de-stress, kicking up. Okay. That's 3, and then we can just pilfer. And Holy Water, that actually will probably be coming in handy. We don't have any nighttime. Yep, of course, because ambush. And we're shuffled. Luckily, actually, that's a layout we can deal with. Eldritch Push on Reynold, 0 damage. And we resist. That's actually perfect. Let's lunge forward and take you out. Crit, fantastic. Pardon my reach. Rent for the Old Gods on our Grave Robber, 4 damage, that's fine. And a bit of bleed. Come over here and stun you. It's going to pop up the torch just a tad. Buff the pommel boy. When it strikes, it must impress. Okay, sure, fair enough. Just take your not turn, or take your pass, whatever. Back to the top of the line, we go again. Bit of bleed. I'm not really too worried about the bleed, to be honest. Let's just throw dagger and try and take this one out, which we did. Very nice. Now it's probably going to go next. Okay, he's going to mark. That's fine, because we'll just come in and chop and take him out. Nice. I'm fine with that.
As victories mount,
All things considered, that was pretty solid. We've got a bit of a scout. What have we got up ahead? Another combat. That's good. We can use these medicinal herbs on this, of which we don't have. You stashed loot. What do we get? Bit of cash. That's fine. And then we'll use the shovel to bonk it open. Bit more cash. Doesn't hurt. We're maxed at 1750. Interesting. Okay, we're in our order. We'll come to the end of this room, and then we'll just double back and head over. We don't have any torches, it looks like. Maybe I should have brought more than one stack of torches. Go figure. Though, I suppose what we can do... Let's remove Smite and we'll take Bulwark of Faith. That should hopefully keep our torch high enough that we can justifiably be happy. Maggots, spitters, that's fine. Okay. Let's throw this and it dodges, go figure. Stun you. And it dodges, go figure. Okay. Can we take out the spider, please? Yes, we can, finally. Activate Repulse, which is nice, and now let's Bulwark of Faith. And that blasts up the torch nice and solid. Grave Nibble on our Grave Robber. It's fitting, I guess. Grave Nibble on Dismas now. Slash back and kill immediately. Very nice. We'll move forward. Okay, fine. Let's move back then. Grave Nibble on you. 5 damage crit. Brutal. And you got Hemophilia. That's unfortunate. And you're stunned. That's double unfortunate. Brutal, brutal. You're going to de-stress yourself a bit further. And oh, that buffs our torch. Very nice. What's our base? We've got 110 base. We'll come over here and heal you. Just drag this out for a little bit. If we tarry, surely more will come. Okay, well then we're gonna use your turn to just take care of this thing. Just so it doesn't get a chance to attack. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? And a Jade, wow.
Success so clearly.
Hello, Lily again. Oi, no.
Or is it
Don't be trying to eat off my plate.
the light?
I need to take that up after I finish streaming. That was the food I was munching before I started stream. Okay, and another Bone Courtier there. That's... Okay, you've got a Tempting Goblet on Grave Robber. Interesting. I suppose we already have one person who's stressed. Okay. Quarrel now on Dismas. Crit for 10. That's unfortunate.
Palpable fear.
Okay, let's dash forward and do 5 damage. Not enough to be a kill, but that's fine. Let us... We could lunge and take care of... Or we could just throw dagger. Let's throw dagger. Get out of here. No stress. Not allowed here. We'll come over here and heal you for 6. I could have probably gone for a stun, but that's fine. I much prefer the heal. 6. So that just negated that heal. We're going to come over here and Bulwark of Faith, just to try and stress heal a bit more. Bump in the Night now on Dismas. 4 damage, slash back for 7. Solid, solid. Let's just point blank and get rid of him. And now Bone Soldier. Nope, Bone Arbalist. Quarrel, 3 damage, slash back for 5. Dismas is going to need some healing. Graveyard Slash. She's going to need some healing. Oh boy, that was brutal.
The end approaches.
Okay, let us take care of you and crit. Very nice. You're looking a tad one, friend. Okay. Now we use Bulwark of Faith just to buff that torch up a bit further. And now we have full color again. Come over here and heal her. Back to the top of the line. You're now going to Quarrel Junior. 4 damage. That's fine. Fetch me cheese and cider. There's a good lad. Okay. As he moves back. That's fine. We're going to continue to stress heal. And buff up the torch while we're at it. Go for a tracking shot to do a bit of damage. If we let this guy live, he's going to probably summon in allies, which I prefer to not do if possible. Okay, and stress for across the body. Not bad.
A trifling victory.
But a victory nonetheless.
Victory nonetheless.
Okay, these two need to be healed. 1, 2. We'll keep the food because we don't really want to... Wait, I'm just quickly checking. Yeah, no, we've got all that stuff. Yeah, we want to have a heal, but we don't want to get hunger checked. And if we get hunger checked, we're pretty much screwed, I reckon. Nothing in here. Okay, onwards we move. Interesting, there's a Bone Courtier and 2 Brawlers. That's something actually we could probably deal with. Tempting Goblet on Junior. Okay, fair. Don't know why you would go for Junior, but that's fine. All things considered, I'm fine with that. We go for a 10 and a kill. Very nice. We're going to get a heal going on you. Not bad. You can lunge and take a solid chunk of damage off him. And then Rend for the Old Gods goes to you. Luckily you dodge, that's good. I like that. And another Rend for the Old Gods. This is going to hit for 1 damage and bleed. Yep, of course there's the bleed. Um, let's Bulwark of Faith. Boy, hit me. Run for the Old Gods on him now. 3 damage. And bleed.
Diminished.
And run for the Old Gods on him again. 6 crit. Brutal. There's a bit of stress kicking up. That's unfortunate. Might be wise to start looking into a group heal, I reckon. We'll take care of him. And there's the crit that would have taken him out. Bummer. Nice. Bit of stress healing though on the front too. Give me a moment. Okay, and now we'll Duelist Advance just to do a bit of damage. And group heal. Fine, 4-2-2. We don't have any bandages, so you're just going to take a chunk of damage. You can just heal yourself, whatever. And then we'll dash forward, 6 damage. Of course, that's not enough to kill. Now he's going to attack our Cove Master again, who's luckily dodging this time. She's learned his filthy, dirty tricks. And 10 damage kill. We'll pop the torch immediately and move onwards. So 8 damage total. That's going to be a bit brutal. He needs to start getting some healing up. Yeah, we're walking into a probably bad position, not going to lie. But I want to try and stretch out this as long as we can because rewards would be good. Okay, there's our hunger check. Let's hope we don't get hit by another one anytime too soon, because otherwise we're messed up. I can almost guarantee it. Okay, arbalists and soldiers, and we've got a shuffle going. Okay, let's Holy Lance on you and take care of him immediately. Hello, Lily. I see you there, climbing up on my bed. 6-3-3-3, very nice. And now we lunge and take care of you, or not, I guess. You're going to quarrel with Reynold, 4 damage, brutal. We're going to take out the Bone Rabble. Lily, what are you doing? Graveyard Slash on Dismas, 3 damage. Okay, Quarrel on Junior now, 3 damage. Okay, let us Duelist Advance on him, 8 damage. Graveyard Slash on Dismas now, 8, slash back for 6. Lily, you're wet. Wait, you're wet. Can you stop sniffing around my legs? It's kind of annoying. Can you go? Wait, what are you doing? Yeah, you're wet. Why are you wet? Did you get sprayed with the hose or something? Or did you try and jump in the pool again? Wet dog smell. Fantastic. Yeah, that'll be right. Open this with the key. What do we got here? Okay, Lily, come on, out. Wait, come on, out. Wait. Lily. Me pointing out doesn't mean just sit here. Okay, let's restore our order, and we'll check over here. Hopefully we don't have to explore all the rooms.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Okay, bookshelf, a map is found. What do we got? Okay, a couple of curios and a room battle curio. This is looking around the time that we might have to retreat. I see that combat there and I don't like it. Okay, it's just brigands. They're all surprised, luckily. Alright, Lily, come on out. You're making my hand all wet and I need to use it. Hey, come on. We're going to Shadow Fae with you. Need to get a group heal in when possible.
The wounds of war can be healed.
Okay. Let's come in here and go for a stun on you. Bonk. There we go, stun succeeds. And now we'll Duelist Advance and crit. Hell yeah. Damn, I missed your eyes. Riposte is active. Now the blanket fire across the board. Dodge 113 and slashback for 8. That's very nice. Stun wears off of the big lad. We're going to point blank on him, 17 damage. And then we're going to lunge forward and kill him. Very nice, and another blanket fire. And slashback, taken care of. Not bad, not bad. There's the 3 portraits there. Those feel like they would be useful to take. Let's take the 3 portraits instead of those 4 crests, I reckon. Okay. That could have been worse. I'm happy that wasn't the collector.
Now, the darkness holds dominion.
Let's hopefully... Okay, there's a bag here. Fine, yeah, we'll take that. There's a trap. Okay, you're quite low.
Set the stage for heroism or cowardice.
Now there's a room battle here. We're just going to go for it. There's a fair chance I might have to retreat. You're going to quarrel on Junior. 4 damage. Let us throw dagger. 8 damage. Let's go for a stun on you. 3 damage. Not bad. Duelist advance, and we'll take you out. Okay. Quarrel now on Junior. 5 damage. Luckily it wasn't a crit. We'll go for a group heal on everyone except for Reynold, apparently. Stun wears off of you, and then we're back to the top of the line. Now we'll duelist advance on you. 6 damage. Do another group heal. 2 across the board. Not bad. Quarrel on Junior again. 3 damage. She's starting to get taken down quite a chunk. Let's use the Bulwark of Faith to proc up some torch. And then we'll throw dagger and take care of that one. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Quarrel again on Junior. 2 damage. I reckon that would have been a crit if we didn't put the torch up. Axe Blade on Reynold. 5 damage. He's still not on death's door, which is good. Let us lunge and attack you and crit. Very nice. Incoherent babbling. My favourite. Actually, we've got this there. Maybe this is something we can work up from. Let's dash forward and take care of him. Very nice. Not bad. Pop the torch immediately. I mean, we'll take that. The rubies are good. The rubies... that one ruby is the equivalent of 5 citrines. Let us take... Let's do that, I reckon. Hey, we finished the thing. Very nice. That was as good as it possibly could have been, I reckon. Let's retreat. I'm going to call that a win, all things considered. I think that was as good as it possibly could have been.
Will find whatever secrets they hold.
Clumsy, Mankind Hater, Wheeled Explorer, Cove, Adventurer, Warren's Phobe. You know what? I'm happy about that. That one mission took us 40 minutes, but it was good.
And men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses.
Okay, we could take Reynold in, or we could possibly... If we didn't want to take Reynold in, we could possibly just have him go on the next mission and de-stress him. That might be the way to go, actually. Do we have anything here we want to take? An Antiquarian. Do we have an Antiquarian? We do. Flagellants. We've got a couple of Flagellants. Do we have a Jester? We've got a Jester. They're all bottom level, which is the irritation there, I would say. Okay, let's come over to the guild. What can we do? Here, nothing. We don't have portraits. Okay, what about here? Blacksmith. Need some more deeds. We could possibly reduce the cost, but at the moment I'm not too stressed about that. You are only drinking. Okay, we'll come over here and we'll get you drinking, won't we? Okay, so Dismas goes there. Let's take Bosiet. He is pretty decent at the moment, but we can crank him up a bit stronger. Silence in the Crypts is always good. What is that? Virtue chance down, stress up. That's bad. That's like the worst possible combination of things. But the damage up is decent, speed up is good. Accuracy down is not good. Yeah, this probably is the way to go because of silence in the crypts. We could go to the Wield, actually. I wouldn't mind actually going Wield, plus we get the Dodge Cloak. Or actually, no, that's not the Dodge Cloak. That's not what I like, actually. Um, okay, and then we'll take out Junior again. Or do we want to maybe not take Junior and take someone else? Yeah, I reckon that's the way to go. Okay, yep, we'll go to the Wield. 1, 2. Wield is a couple of shovels, a lot of medicinal herbs. It's only a short mission, so we probably don't need that many things. We'll take 2 keys, take 2 of them, stack of torches, bandage or 2, and 2 anti-venom. That looks good to me. Actually, hang on, I just realised I'm a fool. We're not going just yet. So we just wasted that bit of time there, that's fine. Come over here now and Bosiet. You get that, so stress down even more. Slice off. I'm not really too stressed over Finale and that, but I'll get it anyways. Dirk Stab, I realised, bypassed guard, which is pretty good, but I'm not really too worried about it, frankly. We were going to the Wield. Go for a much shorter mission this time. Boop, boop. Stack of torches. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That feels good to me. Let's roll. Wield. Beast and corrupted human alike inhabit these failing groves. I just realised I didn't give anything to our Jester in terms of items. That's fine, we'll make it work.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil. Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home. Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. The will to fight falters. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. blossoms. Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken. A momentary abatement. Dazed, reeling, about to break. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end. Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Was I muted for the last while? I very much believe I was. That's irritating. Okay, because I was talking for quite a long time there. That's a bummer. So apologies for that. That's annoying. Oh boy. Well, we finally got Reynold off of Death's Door. Not Death's Door, sorry. Being afflicted, which is nice. We don't want to mess around with these spiders, and we just want to take them out as soon as possible. Okay. Let's de-stress you, hopefully. I love when I accidentally mute myself for probably 10 minutes. Nice crit, very nice. And we can come over here and just group heal.
A momentary abatement.
Not bad, we're getting ourselves into a pretty nice situation, I've got to say. I dodged our attack, which is annoying. We get another stress heal in, and let's hope that Dismas gets to go before the spider, which he does. Very nice. We finish him off. That's what I like to see. And we'll restore our order. They can be beaten. Okay, we have 2 shovels. Let's use one of them here. And we get a decent chunk of loot, and then we use our other shovel to remove that. Oh, I accidentally used 2 torches there by accident. I mean, accidentally by accident. Yes, of course. That makes sense with speech and things. Okay, brigands. That should be pretty easy. Let's battle ballad now that we can get the effect of it going on everyone and not Reynold, and including Reynold. Blanket fire, brutal. We haven't had a chance to proc up our slashback. Shank on Junior. 6 damage. That's unfortunate. We're going to come through here and activate our riposte. Brigand Bloodletter is going to Rain of Whips, which is fine because we're going to slash back and do 7 damage. That's solid. Junior needs to get some solo healing on herself in a moment, so we'll do that. Crit for 12, very nice. That brings her back quite well. Now we'll come over here and we'll stun the big lad for next round. Now we're back to the top of initiative, and we come over here and we're going to Battle Ballad again, just to make sure that we are staying above and before everyone else. We're going to Tracking Shot on this guy. And then we're going to probably come through. She needs a bit of healing. Let's just Judgment, and that should max her out. Or almost. Let's Bulwark of Faith, I reckon. Because none of those guys, to my knowledge, focus on a marked target. Blanket Fire, dodge, miss, dodge, dodge, very nice, or some order of that. Let's go once again with the Battle Ballad. We're just montaging ourselves up so that way we can finish this big lad down in a minute. And he's blasted backwards, hell yeah. Let's come over here and heal Reynold, making sure he's doing pretty nice. Then we'll come through here and stun this guy, or I guess we'll just kill him, that works too. You're going to punish Reynold now, 2 damage, oh boy, what am I going to do? What are we going to do? Battle Ballad again. Just getting that guitar playing. Finale's doing quite well. Our speed is like off or through the roof, off the charts at the moment. We're like basically guaranteed to hit, I would imagine. And we'll finish him off. Very nice. Very solid indeed. But a victory nonetheless. We'll take the busts just so that we can stack up on that. I'm happy we've got the scout here. Trap, room battle. Yeah, we'll head this way because we don't have we don't have a shovel, so we have to head this way. There's a pack here. Let's restore our order as well. Pack contains loot. Oh boy, nice chunk of loot. Yeah, I'm cool to just keep continuing. That's fine with me. Boopity boppity beep. There's a trap here. Oh boy, 100% disarm. Well, of course we're going to use that, and that's going to give us a solid stress heal for him. Pop a torch. On we go. Room battle in here, and then we got another room battle. Oh, that's fine. 4 rabid gnashes. We might get rabies, which will be fine with me, honestly. Battle Ballad just to give everyone some extra speed, so we can outspeed these guys. Which is surprising that we did. Actually, we have surprised. We're going to Duelist Advance on you. Since you're stunned, we don't need to worry about it. And then we'll follow it up with a Judgment just to finish it off. And a crit on the self-heal, which is nice. Rabid Rush on our Jester, who dodges, luckily, very nice. Stun wears off, and now you're going to Rabid Rush our Jester as well. Dodge again, very nice, that's what I like to see. They don't like his little jangly bits, like these things. Battle Ballad again, just keep playing that funky tune. And we are going to point blank blast that fool away because we have that boosted accuracy, which is nice. Rabid Rush on the Jester again, 3 damage. It hits this time, we resist the bleed and don't get any diseases. Rabid Rush on Junior now, 1 damage, and we disease resist, and then there's some bleed. Oh boy, who cares? We're still doing pretty solid. Okay, let's go for a nice group heal just to proc everyone up just a tad. Like, we're all basically at full health. Let's stress heal Junior now. At this rate, we can probably take this crew into another dungeon afterwards. We're going to Duelist Advance. The stun's going to wear off. Give me a moment. Okay. Now we're going to group heal. 2, 3, 2, 2. And then we'll come over here and we'll self-stress heal. We crit on the stress heal. He's a 0 stress now. We're doing good. Rabid Rush on our Jester, who's going to take the 3 damage. That's fine. We can focus heal. We'll stress heal Junior, and then Junior can focus heal him, assuming that... Oh no, it's our High Omen who goes. We'll just blast it away then. That's fine. We're doing pretty solid anyways. Yep, onwards we go. There's a bag here. The sack's contents are ours. Nice. There's an ectoplasm and 2 bone rabble. Okay. Um, let's focus the ectoplasm and try and get it out here. It resisted the bleed, which is brutal. We want stunning blow on you, and we take him out easy. Bump in the night on Reynold, 5 damage, that's fine. Slime on Junior, and let's hope that doesn't make... Okay, I was going to say let's hope that doesn't make another ectoplasm. Yeah, let's just take out the ectoplasm. We aren't about to have another set of ectoplasms be an issue for us, if possible. We'll take the small amount of cash.
Victories mount, so too will resistance.
We're just going to use up a bit of this food. Even though, well, just to make sure we don't get hunger checked here, we have to clear it by hand. 1, 1, 2, 1. And a solid chunk of stress, actually. That's brutal. Okay. Restore order. And in we go. Okay, fungal artilleries and scratches. Okay, that's brutal. Let's battle ballads so we can get our speed up. And then we'll come over here and we go for a stun on you. 5 damage. Not bad. Let's now dash on you and 8 damage for riposte as well. Mark Prey on Dismas. 1 damage, slash back for 4. Solid. You're going to Mark Prey on Dismas again. 2 slash back for 3. You got critted, that's unfortunate. Rend the Marked. 6 damage, slash back for 3. Not the best, not the worst. We can come over here and we'll just go for a heal. Best to just make sure he's up there in terms of health as soon as possible. Back over to us. We'll go Battle Ballad once again. Buff ourselves some more. Point blank shot on this fool here. Yeah, but I suppose we have an example of why it's unfortunate that I still have to mute and cough every once in a while. Because, you know, as I did before, I mute occasionally, and then there'll be a circumstance where I don't, I forget to unmute, or it doesn't unmute properly. So, yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyways, yep, crit, heal, etc. You see what's going on anyways. We'll dash forward, do 6 damage. It's on 1 health left. Let's just come over here and finish it off. I could probably come for a stress heal, but something tells me these 3 are going to level up to level 3, and I don't think the Jester's going to come with them. So, let us stun you. Hopefully that stun procs. Nope, it did not. That's fine. We'll come over here and go for another stun. And let's hope that one procs. It did not. You're going to render marked on Dismas. 8 damage, flashback for 4. That's fine. And stress heal. Okay, and then we'll just make Dismas eat. You eat. You eat. We take a little bit of extra cash. Let's check what's in this sarcophagus, or our ancient coffin. It gives insight, so that's a positive trait. That is Wield Explorer. Very nice. I would like to get rid of Perfectionist or Light Sensitive. And to be fair, we want to get rid of a few of those things. But that was a nice, solid quest. Nice solid chunk of stuff. Collected treasure, 7,100. Hot to trot. He is bulimic, however. That's actually quite good. Accuracy and damage and crit up the first round. Luminous, speed and dodge. Hell yes, Dismas. That's what I like to see. Ruminator, that's fine. Probably not the best for a Jester, and then quick reflexes. Overall, I'm happy with that, honestly. Those are very good traits. I do quite like them. 1 blueprint. Okay. Cool. We're doing pretty solid at the moment. We could take Cove Master back in. We could also just take Beaucier back in. What are we looking at in terms of all of this stuff? Shieldbreaker, Highwayman, and a Plague Doctor. What if we come over here and look in here? Weapon upgrades. Ooh boy. Yeah. Hell yeah. Bada bing. That's gonna come in handy. Just basically buffing up all of our regular characters that we take in. Okay, so what are we looking at? Because I could probably take out our Jester Lazy Eye, that's not the biggest deal. Ranged for solo, we don't really need to worry about that. Beast Hater, natural. Oh, that's actually quite convenient. That's probably why he had a bunch of speed. He does really good on camping missions, it seems, though. The de-stress overall is pretty good. Turn back time is even better. Perhaps, let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Jester's dice here is nice. The Chalice, the Occult, or Eldritch Killing Essence, Occultist thing. We could actually probably go for this. Defeat all enemies. I wouldn't mind actually going for this one. This feels kind of good. Because that's just the first round of it where it's not really that big of a deal. His stress is a little bit high. And maybe we take Harvest instead. Solo. And we'll take Slice off, actually. That could work. I suppose there's no harm in not going like that. Hemophilia, Hypsomania, Unquiet Mind, Pyromania, Cove Explorer. It would be good for the Cove. I suppose that's fitting for the name. Is there anything we want to do? Automatanophobia, Claustrophobia, Lygophobia, Ashen, Tone Deaf, Tuck It Out. Nocturnal. We don't have Curious, which is the worst one generally. At least I'm not seeing Curious. Enlightened Weak Grip, Demonomania, Soft, Lazy Eye. Do we want to take these guys in? I suppose we probably could. That means it would be bringing Junior up to 3rd level, and it would mean that we don't have a Vestal, which is unfortunate for the lower level characters. We don't have any Vestals here. Do we have any Occultists? We do have an Occultist. Okay, we've got Canoeville. We could. Oh my god. Mesnage. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's retire these guys just for a little bit of time.
Curious methodologies and apparatus.
Okay, you, Reynold.
Even the most tormented soul.
Dodge down. Let's get rid of Antsy if possible. Cove Master. We can use Cove Master actually with the Snuff Box when we take her in next. Dismas. Let's trade 2 of those for 3 crests to get that. But actually, no, we needed. Never mind, that was a dumb move.
Inside the mind.
Okay, anyways, so let's take this crew out. By God. Reign of Sorrows, we need to give him some stuff. Let's get all of our gear back, unequip all trinkets. We have a decent chunk of them. Okay. Weapons and armor. Well, not him, I guess. Well, I suppose we'd be coming in here and upgrading you. We don't have Blight on the Impale, unfortunately, because we require this. Okay, well, Brawned. Take Brawn and we take Marches. Who do we want in front? We want the person who's going slower, or faster in the front, actually, I just realized. Dodge down, but damage up. Actually, what do we use ranged? Impale's ranged. Those are ranged. Okay, so range is actually not the best for us. Light skill chance, I guess take that. And then we go dodge up. Or actually focus ring. Yeah, focus ring, that could be good. That's going to chunk the dodge down quite heavily, but that's fine. Sure, we'll give you that. Let's then take Junior in the back. We could take Villon. Do we want to stack up? Yeah, let's take villain. Because we want to have as much healing as possible. You get that and you get that. And you get extra healing. And we'll give you scouting chance. Speed down on the first round is fine with me. Actually, we could probably swap that, give you that, and give you that. So that way you still have the high speed, I reckon. That feels good to me. Quick adventurer. Okay. That is by no means a farmstead party. This feels more fitting for something like maybe the Warrens or the Weald. Warren's phobe. Okay, Weald then, I guess. Which is good because I prefer the Weald anyways. Vestal. What's that? The Lock of Fury. Fair enough. Bossier. Let's come over here now and we'll deal with Bossier. You need to chill. Dismas. Those guys can just probably passively chill. I'm fine with that. We are running very low on all of our stuff. Oh man. Warrens. We don't want to go to the Warrens though. We could go to the Cove. How's the Blight in the Cove? I don't remember. Sure. Let's go for it. Why not? Boop boop. We need medicinal herbs, anti-venom, stack of torches. 1, 2, 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3. Feels good to me. Yeah, why not? Let's go. I didn't realize that Lily was laying on my bed. Hoping she's not still wet. Unfortunate, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Tread carefully.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
Alright. Onwards we move. So you should theoretically go first. Yeah, because you've got much higher speed. That's fine with me. You've got your Impale. There's medicinal herbs for extra food, and there's a trap up ahead. Oh boy. 80, 80, 80, 70. We'll get you to do it. Just because you can probably handle it more if you fail. Okay, and combat room. Nice. It's good that we've got such a high scouting chance. A brawler, a guardian. Oh, that's right, we can break through the protection, can't we? I forgot about that. Throw across the board. Nice chunk of damage. Same thing with you. Okay, then we come over here and let's go a nice kill on you. I could actually have probably focused him, but that's fine. And we'll just go for a stab. And okay, first round, 3 of them are gone. That's fine with me. Octocestus, 5 damage. That's fine. Back to the top of the line. You, sir. Pierce. Bah. Now we'll come over here and heal you. Crit on the 10 heal. Very nice. And then we'll pierce you. Bah. Get done. Very fresh and good. That was as... Oh. Okay. That was the only room battle, was it? Sure. Okay, Blight and Bleed. Oh boy. Let's remove some of that. I mean, I suppose let's just move forward. Trap Disarm, sure. Bit of stress heal, pop a torch. Might as well see it through and we'll check out what we got here. Another medicinal herb. Nice. Ah, we had thing there. That's fine. No harm in eating a bunch of the food, I guess, as well as we're going. Since we're already finished, we can leave whenever we want. Nothing here. Okay. There's hunger. Yep, we get hunger checked. Go figure. Shame that it's nothing really to worry about. And a final scout. Honestly, I'm done here. I think we smashed it.
Wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Tetanus, Healer's Gift, Tippler. That's fine. Clumsy and Robust. Yeah, fair. Pyromania, Backtracker. Okay. And Nervous. All things considered, I think we smashed it. Like, we just decimated that entire area.
Behold, righteousness and zealotry, gleaming in the morning sun.
Oh, okay. Tone Deaf, Unerring, and Natural. Yeah, that's kind of bad. And what do you got? Clutch Hitter, Unquiet Mind, and Deviant Tastes. That's actually kind of good, all things considered. Like, that's a pretty solid layout. Tell you what, let's take a look. I don't actually think I have any way to get any more room, do I? Bounty Hunter, Grave Robber. Yeah, no, we don't have enough. Okay, well, I appreciate the effort, but I'm going to pass on it for now. Cool. Let's take a look now. What do we got? That was a solid group of people. Reynold, you're in front. Cove Master, you go here. Dismas, sure. So, let's unequip everything. And then we take Canoeville as our healer. So, Wheeled Explorer. Wheeled's probably good. Sure, let's take a look at what we're working with. Scouting chance. Speed on the first round, down. Yeah, we'll give you that, actually, because that gives us time to set up everything. Damage and stress, that's fine. You can get this. That drops your speed a little bit, but we don't have any way to boost up your speed, do we? Damage versus you. Oh, that drops the dodge quite heavily. Okay, I guess we'll not worry about that. Blood Charm. Yeah, sure. No harm in taking it. Your speed's already quite low, so that's fine. Give you focus and... Actually, we'll give you this one. So damage melee, damage melee. Cool. And you, sir, get that. And accuracy, crit, and dodge. Your speed, yeah. We'll give you that, actually. That feels kind of good. Germphobe, nervous, natural eye, second wind. Cool. Let's come through. We'll step back a second. And we'll come to the blacksmith. Canoeville. Here you go. Congratulations. Welcome to the big leagues, lad. We want to go somewhere where we can camp, ideally. Okay. Green, we can camp, hopefully. A double-edged pendant is not the best, not the worst. Flashfire gunpowder, perhaps. Or we go All Saints Day. Let's do this one. We camp once, so let's grab that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack of torches. And a medicinal herb. That feels good to me. Let's roll in. The ruins bear all the signs of your ancestor frenzy digging. Okay, that's fair. I mean, yeah, you can kind of tell. You look through the windows, which is sort of odd they have windows, but it looks like there's like... Well, actually, yeah, it looks underground. Though I suppose it's not supposed to be underground. Yeah.
Scattered scraps of faith and give comfort to the masses.
Okay, a nice linear area. I do appreciate a linear area, after all. Nice big scout. Curio, trap. Quest. Ooh, quest up here. Curio. I'll tell you what, I'm pretty happy about that, all things considered. Bro, chill. Stop stressing. Okay, pop a torch. What is this man's issue? Germaphobe, nervous. We got Reynold and both Reynold and Dismas out here. They should be pretty solid. Let's use the medicinal herb on this one, I reckon. Get a bit of loot. Nice,
The
sapphires.
stuff is only the first test.
Do like some sapphires after all.
Now it must be carried home.
Okay, I didn't have a chance to buff up our torch. You've got a doomsay across the board. That's irritating. Pop a torch and shadow fade. You're now going to stressful incantation on Dismas. Luckily he dodges, good stuff. Now you're going to rend on Dismas, which crits. Oh boy. We're going to need some healing ASAP. Oh boy. Heal for 6. Not bad, but I still need to keep healing. We'll go for a stunning blow on you. Bonk for 10 damage, that's solid. And there's the stun. Actually, that's convenient. He's the one person who still needed to go. Awesome. Okay, duelist advance on you. 7 damage, that's fine. With our riposte. His stress is getting quite high, which is irritating. We'll take out him, very solid. You're going to Doomsay. And we don't get to slash back because it's not a damaging attack. We'll now throw our dagger at you. It's a crit for 27. Hell yeah. You bled on my best coat. Right, Rend for the Old Gods. Dodge, slash back, and crit, and take care of him. Get out of here, fool. We ain't about none of that, sir. Heal for 13, and we resist the bleed. Very nice. Come in here, bonk for 7, and kill. Nice.
Maintain the offensive.
Quite convenient, in fact. We've got our quest location here. And a combat. Burn Courtier. We'll just dagger throw, 5 damage.
A brilliant
Tempting Goblet on Dismas, 4 damage. Brutal. And now he's being tested. Please be good. Yes, he's stalwart. Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. What a champion. Life deals harsh lessons. Speech, it's hard sometimes. Life deals harsh lessons. It affects me not. Abyssal Artillery. We take out the back one and crit. Hell yeah. Another fool for the fire. And bonk on you, 13 damage. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Okay, now it's your turn, good sir. Duelist advance and finish him.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Realistically, the bringing up the parry is actually probably not the best for for the fact that we go last with Dismas. Maybe I should actually change out the scouting and put that on Reynold. Nice crit and blast that fool away. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? And then we'll just lunge and take care of you and crit. Hell yeah. Think I'm done with you? Hardly. Nice. That's what I like to see. Restore order. Yeah, let's take that. He's got damage on melee. Yeah. And actually, the damage on melee can be good because we can give that. Because our riposte is a melee attack. Fair enough, I'm cool with that. Holy Relic, the object of our search.
Laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Okay, nice. We've got a map inside. But that's already showing us stuff we already know. Our hunger check. We can pop a torch while we're at it. Empty sack. Oh boy, I love an empty sack. That's of course sarcastic. I much prefer a sack that has lots of good valuables inside. Oh boy. Anyways, so that's a whole thing. Weird to think it's a Monday. I'm usually like much more invested in work at the moment. Like, I don't know, it's I feel like this year for doing uni work, it's really adjusted the way I have my week structure. Because, you know, back before this year, I was still pretty chill in terms of, like, I'll just play video games, I don't really care. But nowadays, it's like, I have to be streaming, I have to have my schedule set up, I need to make sure everything's all good, you know, that sort of stuff. And, give me a moment real quick.
May we find victory.
And then, because of both the fact that I've been stuck inside because, well, everyone has been, and the fact that, you know, I've been streaming as well as doing uni work, as well as, like, this and that and everything, it's really kind of thrown off the way that my day is scheduled.
Another abomination.
Like, I sleep in quite a bit, which is very nice. I think today was I don't know whether to call it a sleep-in because I woke up and then had to go back to sleep. But I ended up sleeping until like 2 o'clock just because I was extremely tired and I didn't get to sleep till like 2 a.m. anyways. Or like 3, 4. I don't really actually know. I just remember it was like between 2 and 4 a.m. that I fell asleep. And yeah, so that was a whole thing, which was a bit brutal. But I guess it is what it is. So yeah, I've just been trying to like, I don't know, I like being awake early because it means I can do stuff. But on the other hand, being awake late is nice because it means that I can, sleep and enjoy a nice rest. But I guess it is what it is. Trap to Psalm 110 will get you to do that, of course, because you can handle it quite nicely. Very nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Let me just quickly check on that fire that was nearby. Out of control grass fire. Updated at 5 o'clock, so an hour ago. There roughly is that, actually. Hang on. Just quickly checking the map. Right, so it's if you go... Oh, I know where it is. Gotcha. Huh, okay. Yeah, that's fair, actually. It's basically just on the freeway. Or highway, whatever. Semantics, really. But yeah, no, I presume that's a spot they can handle it pretty well.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Which actually, now that I was looking at that map, because that shows the river, I can actually, like, relatively relate where I've canoed or kayaked. Because I occasionally go out and kayak. Let's pop a torch, why not? Blast us up to full.
Way is lit. The path is clear.
But yeah, because I go kayaking with the boys every once in a while. We used to do it every week, but then it became difficult for some of us. So we just ended up saying, okay, well, we'll just hold off on it for now. Crit on that, very nice. Pull her forward. Acolyte can be taken out immediately. Throw dagger on this one, the Arbalist. And then we'll dash forward and take out her. Very nice. Very nice indeed. We'll come over here and go for a bonk stun. The bonk stun does a lot of damage as well. I do quite like it. Coral now on Dismas. Dodge slash back for 7. Very solid, he's on 1 HP. And now the Bone Soldier is going to attack Reynold. Graveyard slash 8 damage. Brutal. Now we're going to dash forward and take out the Soldier. Then we're going to throw a dagger. Because it's going to be Reynold's turn next. What's it in terms of doing damage? Because we're going to heal up Reynold. 13 health. Oh boy. He resists the bleed. So we're back to full. You're going to rend 2 damage. Oh boy. And 100 billion people weak. Okay, and there's our Ruby. Very nice. We're going to use the skeleton key. Open that up. Okay, let's take that. We want the crests, so what we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll say, you, get them. Very nice. Give me a moment to clear my throat. Okay, because that made my throat sound sort of weird as I was trying to speak. Onyxes are nice. Torches, yeah, we'll take that.
The promise of safety.
The promise of safety. Very nice. Shovel. Smash that open. Grab some of them.
Treasure could staunch the flow of
Otherworldly corruptions. Okay, very nice. Let's take you. Then we'll take you. Then we will take... What should we take? The keys are good. Shovels are also good. Yeah, we'll just go you, I reckon. Can we camp here? We can camp here. Very nice. Let's eat some food. I don't think I've ever camped in this room before. If afflicted, we are not afflicted. What about you? What do you got? Unparalleled finesse, bandit sense, clean guns. Yeah, let's just buff up him. Make him an absolute champion for the next while. That's cool with me. Oh, that's right, I was going to snuffbox, wasn't I? Damn it, what a fool I am. What an absolute utter
A
fool.
blazing star is born.
Oh well. I mean, it's not that big of a deal anyways, because what bulimic, healing skills down, hemophilia, bleed skills down. We gave her the bleed charm actually, which does counter that out. But we're not really dealing with bleed too often anyways. So it should be right. I'm not too worried. Okay. Quest location over here. We got a holy water that we can use here. Very nice. Valuables remain. Take that. I'd much rather take the emeralds, to be honest. Okay, you can handle that. Just make sure you've got no stress. Could have probably gotten Reynold to do it. That's fine. Now the torch is dropping, which is irritating. Okay, the Acolyte we can take care of if possible. Eldritch push on Reynold. Crit. And luckily we resist. That's good. Okay, what we can do is, you know what? You tried to push us, we'll pull you. Get over here. Don't like that now, do ya? Bah, taken care of. Good stuff. And then you, young lass, can do this. 12 damage. Not enough for a kill, but that's fine. Probably should have done the soldier, but that's whatever. Run for the old gods on our Cove Master. 2 damage, and there's the bleed. Go figure. And I was like, oh, the bleed's not going to be a big deal. It's only 3 damage overall, but so I'm not too stressed about it. But that's fine. We can heal and de-stress, actually. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I can heal more people than just him. Forgot about that. Bulwark of Faith. Rock up some light. Nice. Sure. We'll just dash forward and take care of you. Now, we do have all the buffs, so I don't want to leave just yet. We have another 4 battles worth. Sure, we'll just get rid of that corpse. The Arbalist is just about to have his turn. So I probably should have actually taken out the other guy, but that's fine. Luckily, we dodged the Arbalist. And just take care of them. That gets rid of the corpses too, so even better for us. Okay, Reliquary. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the Holy Relic. That's the mission complete, but we're going to just ride these buffs out just a little bit. Trap, Curio. Sure, onwards we move. Let's readjust our party. Get you to do the trap just to de-stress yourself just a tad. We don't have any torches. There's our stress damage. Passages are unsettling. Okay, maybe we should just leave, because that went from good to very bad very quickly. Like, that went from, like, we can use this party again to, no, we should probably put them away. Hysterical blindness. Okay, that's not good. Scientific. We have a scientific crusader, right? Oren's adventurer. Okay. Right. That needs to be dealt with as soon as possible. Cloister, transept, etc. is free. Not bad, not bad. Which, we don't really actually need to do any of this, do we? I suppose we'll throw Dismas in, whatever. Because we need to take you over here. And we'll go scientific away first. Accuracy, damage, and crit on first round. That stuff's good. Really like that. Damage if the torch is high. So in other words, with a high torch and hot to trot, we're doing a lot of damage and a lot of stuff off the bat. Which is what I do like to see. Right. We're doing pretty solid indeed. Okay. Stalwart Buckle. Damage Stone. Damage Stone's always good, and that's in the Wield as well. I just realized I can very quietly hear Minecraft in the background, so I'm just going to quickly close that. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Villon. Riley. Take By God. Accuracy on the ranged. All of our attacks are ranged with him, so I'm not actually that stressed over it. Gothic. Weird Reconstruction up. Nice, that's good to know. Steady. So, in other words, that's actually a really good build for him. So, By God, you can come with us. And I gotta say, By God, you're pretty good. Let's actually come back here. Stagecoach, do we have any healers? We do not. Except we do, because Canoeville's here. Nothing to fear, because Canoeville is here. Let's see if we can buff everyone up just a tad, which would be nice and good and cool and fresh. You can't get buffed much, but we need to focus on getting the guild up if possible. By God, Reign of Sorrows, Reclaim, and Redeem. It's good to just get all of those. You get these things, because that's good. And Villon, you get that, you get that, you get that. Don't need to worry about resist. Invigorating Vapors is good. Yeah, we'll get Invigorating Vapors, why not? So we can go that. You are cool with that, by God. Okay, Punish, Reign of Sorrows. That's our front and back bleed. Insanguinate is brilliant, I love that. If our health is low, we do a lot of damage. And then Redeem is a good way to deal with that. Suffer, less stress, that's good. You're all set up with that. Nothing we can upgrade here except for you, apparently, and actually you. That's solid. I like that. I like it very much. I could probably have upgraded that, but that's fine. We're doing pretty solid in terms of health right now. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking this. So I've already got the setup in mind of what I want to do. Let's unequip all trinkets, and let's see what we can do. You get that. That's going to buff up your dodge. Your speed goes down for the first round. That's fine with me. You take this, and you take this. You are going to be solid. You get your bleed charm, bleed skill chance, and healing skills. That's solid, but we do like our bleed skills being good. So we actually probably don't need that because we also have Gothic. Damage and stress up. Yep, that's cool with me, but instead let's give you that. Now your whole thing is you're not really a dodgy person. You take Focus Ring and you can take this. So you're going to be doing a solid chunk of damage, plus also being accurate. Feels good to me. We're not too wise to go into the Warrens. We could go Wield again. I don't like the Warrens, really, to be honest, but the thing is, that's also a good ability. What's that? The Book of Relaxation. Damage. Yeah, we'll go damage, because we don't want to go into the Ruins. Yep, feels good to me. Let's do this. Wield. Boop bop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was good. Take 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Stack of them. Bandages. And we'll take 2 anti-venom. That feels good to me. That should be solid. Okay, because we have a nice bit of AoE. We've got the ability that we can force guard and then activate riposte immediately, which is not bad indeed. I'll tell you what, I just had a wave of like just good vibes wash over me because I'm sitting underneath my fan. So we had our blackout yesterday and it was extremely hot, so it was just pain all day, and I just had that shiver of like, oh, we're getting a tad cold, of which I then went, ah, thank God it's cold. Very nice. I like it. Gotta say though, I enjoy the cold. I'll tell you what, after yesterday, I don't think anyone wouldn't enjoy the cold. Okay, we'll go across here. And it's there's a little lock on it, left luggage. Yeah, we'll just open it. It's trapped. Boo-hoo. Didn't gain it. We resisted the blight, which is nice. Not too worried about this. Scout 90% of rooms. That should be fine. We'll pop a torch as we walk into this combat. Oh boy, it's 3 spiders. How convenient. Web on, by God. Okay, let us punish. Get out of here. Hell yeah, bleed skill chance up. The way guides my blows. And we'll just go for a heal, even though he's already maxed. Bite now on By God, 1 damage. Oh boy. Bit of blight, that's unfortunate. Let's activate Retribution on you, 3 damage. And then we'll go Guard Me. And then we go nice old chop and take out that spider. My heart will burst. Bah. It dodged, that's unfortunate. That's fine, we'll come over here and heal. He's going to get a ton of health from Weird as well, which is good. And a riposte for 11 damage. Oh boy, that's brutal. I mean, I suppose that's good because we did crank up his damage quite heavily. I do like that indeed, I got to say. Okay, nothing there, that's fine. Should be just a quick old little jaunt, a little saunter, a little wander. Not bad. Okay, there's a trap there. 70%, we'll get you to do it. Oh well, that's a bummer, but no big deal. Okay, 2 artilleries, a scratcher, and a gnasher. Now you see, this is good actually, because the artillery there, well, oh, he's got rabies, oh boy, even more damage. So, accuracy down, damage up, but we counted that out already by having the focus ring, which is fine with me. Now we're going to Rain of Sorrows on these back 2, and we're going to proc up some bleed as much as possible. Then we're going to go and we're going to do some extra damage on the back 2. They're eldritch, so that's going to do quite solid. You are going to guard me now, thank you very much, sir. That's going to boost up your prot. You're going to get marked, oh boy, dodge, luckily. He's already marked anyway, so that's fine. Mark prey again, 0 damage. And that did literally nothing to us. Rend the marked now, 4 damage. Oh boy. Boo-hoo, I weep with the amount of damage that I just took. Retribution. Get out of here, fool. I probably actually could have just let him die, but that's fine. That was a bad play on my part, but that, I realized too late. We're gonna punish you. 7 damage and proc up some bleed. You're gone. Very nice. Very good indeed. Now we're gonna Demon Pool. Get over here. Okay, we get our turn now, so we're going to come over here and just go for a bit of a chop. There will be no blood left for the leeches. Pretty sure everyone says that. Now we're going to go for a big old bonk and proc up some stun. Very nice. Now the fungal artillery is going to probably try and do its escape cloud. Yep. 0 and 1. Smack back for 12. Get out of here. Ain't about that at all. 4 damage and bleed. Very nice. Awesome. That's what I like to see. Now we're in a good position. Fungal Scratch is gone. We can spend our turn healing everyone. 15 health. How awesome. Oh boy, you took 1 damage. Big old bummer. Well, we could also just bolster each other and let him just bleed himself out. Nice, nice, nice. Good stuff right there. Trap on the chest. Boo-hoo. No one cares. Did nothing. Coolio, onwards we march. Pop a torch, on we go. There's a pack here, let's check that. Search in the pack, yep, and it's basically nothing. Okay, should we just take the journal pages, honestly? We've got a decent chunk of cash at this point. Like, I don't know, I'm thinking let's take some journal pages. Pop a torch, even though it doesn't really matter, but as we trudge back through land we've already gone, instead of going down by like 6, it just goes down by 1 per room, which, as much as, you know, it's better to not have it go down at all, it's better than nothing, frankly. So I was giving some thought to how it makes sense, like, if you're trying to, like, relatively justify it. Each square, I imagine, like, you know, it's like essentially a new big open area, and it's the small positions on the map and, you know, the small thing that we see is essentially the, what's the word? It's like an analogical representation of the area we're covering, right? So, you know, this would be a big area, and then the 6 torches, the amount of time that the characters look around and go, oh, is there anything that I'm missing? You know, all this sort of stuff, as the torchlight slowly burns down. But as we're walking back through, we're like, yeah, no, we know there's nothing here. We're just going to keep on moving forward, and that's why you move a lot faster. So roughly, you could argue that traveling through an area and scouting it would take roughly 6 times as just walking through it at decent speed. I presume we're not sprinting because that sounds like something that would tire you out quite heavily. Let's just take another journal page. Honestly. Sure, why not? Yeah, fuck it, let's drop the torch, why not? There's a hunger check. Yep, easy. And onwards we go. Nothing over here. Well, this one's closer. And there's a map. Excellent. Good to know. Did nothing, though. Oh, no, we did get something. Combat. Sure. Good to know. Anti-venom. Not bad, not bad. Let's eat that, and we'll take that instead of those food bits. Nice. We'll continue just because I want to walk over there and find whatever this curio is. At this point, I'm already kind of committed to what we're doing. Plus, also, I reckon we could probably actually continue and just keep doing more combat. Oh, it's 4 maggots. Wow. Okay, abyssal artillery. Bah! Smack the back too. Nice. Punish you. 4 damage and proc up some bleed. Yep, and there we go. We'll go for a stab on you. Take care of him. And then we'll bonk you. Bah! Okay. Decimated with power. Hell yeah. That was as good as it possibly could have been, I imagine. We'll do medicinal herbs. Nice. And then we don't have any food to eat. Solid. I reckon we're basically done here at this point. But we'll come to this final room. And that is what I like to see.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
Nice. Okay, clutch hitter. Vertigo. Vertigo is probably not the worst, but it's only move resist, so I don't really care. Deadly's good, Cove Adventure is good, Wheeled Adventure is good. We could just go again, honestly. I'm kind of happy with where we're at the moment. I reckon we can probably fit in another mission.
With you the terrible wonders I have come to know.
Guifart. Right. Thing is, I don't want to get rid of anyone. I mean, Max is there. I guess I could probably get rid of Roger. Bad Gambler and tuck it out. Natural Eye. Wield Tactician. Thing is, the Wield is good. Max has got Twilight Dreamer. I like our group, that's the thing. Okay. You know what, actually, let's do that. Guifart.
A sister of battle, pious and unrelenting.
So, that's a solid group. Yeah, we'll just go again. Why not? Reynold. That is the graveyard. I would prefer to not put Reynold in the graveyard if possible. Let's de-stress him. So, if we de-stress him, then we can take him in with Cove Master. And then we can take care of that. Okay. A quickening satchel's good. Yeah, we could just go into the Wield again. We could go into the Cove, perhaps. Hello, Lily. What are you doing? Actually, we should do this one, because this will give us deeds. Yep, take them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Stack of torches. Yep, sounds good to me. Let's go. Lily, what are you doing? Okay, they've increased resistance to bleeding attacks. Ah, good to know.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
Okay, so we've got to explore rooms, and of course, unfortunately, there's this little knobbly bit up the top. We may as well go, but for the most part, it's relatively linear. You do that one, disarm that, and get some stress taken off. Thank you very much. We get medicinal herbs on this thing here to give us some extra food. Oh, that's a lot of stuff, actually. Surprisingly, no food is actually there. But, oh well. We got essentially stuff that we could just get rid of if need be. Let's pop a torch. We'll just use this one. Then we'll come up around here. Okay, what was this? This is the thing. This is the stress heal, wasn't it? This is anti-venom, and you get healing and stress healing. Only for 5, though. You know what? Healing and stress healing. I'm just gonna actually just get you to just touch it, because there's a 75% chance for a nice boost. And, of course, you get a disease. You got spasm of the entrails. 25% chance of that happening. All things considered, not really that big of a deal. We don't have any way to remove disease. So, that's fine, because it's only healing while camping. And, well, I think it's healing skills, so his healing skills while camping, but, like, we don't need to worry about that, because he doesn't have any healing skills while camping. At least not to what I remember. Oh, he has a Lashes Cure, remove disease. That's good. Okay. Well, I'll grab that when I get back or something. I don't really care too much, to be honest. Yeah, and we'll pop over here. Because the thing is, like, I much prefer to pop over this way and, like, just check a mainly empty area. Because it means that if we see an area that's, like, you know, a row of, like, 7 fights, I can possibly avoid that. Pop 2 torches, just to get us all good. Nothing in here. Wow, who would have seen that one coming? The answer is us, because of course we scouted. Bada bing, scouting's good. Because yeah, we've got the extra scouting chance and then even more scouting chance. So we're sitting at like a base 45% scout, which is nice. I do quite like that actually. Wait, yeah, you have the caution cloak. That's fine. I don't really care if the antiquarian has it. Because realistically speaking, if she takes a little bit of damage, she's going to be putting up protection anyways on our man-at-arms, so I have plenty of time to deal with that unless she gets, like, critted immediately with, like, bleed as well, and then it's going to be like, okay, well, okay, boo-hoo, but, you know, it's fine. Thing is, we shouldn't be surprised, firstly, because we have the scouting, and secondly, we should be right anyways, because if we're not being surprised, there's a chance that we can surprise them. Pack has already been looted. Big whoop. Okay. Take the shovel and smack that stuff out of the way. Indeed. Another mariner, another misfortune. Pop torch, tab over to the map. Combat time. What do we got? Cultist Acolyte, and Brawlers, and Groupers. Bit of stress on our man-at-arms, but that's fine. We're going to come in with a Rain of Sorrows, 3 and 2. These two should be starting to bleed. Very nice. The Brawler is going to attack our men-at-arms. It's fine. We haven't had a chance to put up our riposte yet. Seaward Slash on Bygord. Luckily, it misses. Well, Abyssal Artillery on the back two, just to do some damage. Stumbling Scratch on our man-at-arms again. Okay, time to activate Retribution. Crit for 6. Very nice. That means it's going down next turn. We hold as 1 at strike as 1. Hell yeah. And then we'll activate Protection. Because you always got to have Protection. And also crit for extra stress prevention, I'm guessing. Stressful Incantation on Bygord. That's fine. I'm pretty sure it missed, if I'm not mistaken. I just accidentally knocked my the spoon of my cup of coffee, and I thought I spilled it, but I did not, so I'm happy. Okay, we're going to come over here. You, sir, you got 50% bleed resist. That's a bummer. So we're just going to focus fire on you. You're going down. These 3 are gone. Now we can come over here and we go heal you for 12. Very nice. That's very solid. I don't believe we've had a single bad heal at the moment from him, which is quite nice, actually. Seaward Slash on Bygord, 7 damage, boohoo. Come over here and chop for 5, that's fine with me. Then we're going to come over here and we're going to stun, 7 damage, and stun procs, very nice. Back to the top of the line, the Acolyte is... No, it's the Grapper that goes first. We're going to come over here and heal you now for 15, hell yeah. Does he have something that, like, just makes it so he does really good healing? So, because he's got... I don't know what's... Oh, he's got Stress Down in Cove, but that's not it. I don't know, he's just doing really good healing at the moment. We're just getting really lucky, I guess. And we'll just chop him and get rid of him. Nice. Nice chunk of stuff, and then shovel, bonk that open. Nice. Good stuff. Onwards we go. A drowned thrall and 2 sea maggots. Okay. Damage and prot down. We don't really have anything too worrying here. Guess we'll just pull him, that's fine. Activate our riposte. On you, 5 damage, that's fine. Cool and good and fine with me. We'll focus fire 5 damage and activate bleed, so he's gone. Cool. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Brian on our antiquarian. Oh boy, 2 damage. Big whoop. Dodge down quite a lot actually. Yet we still dodge from that one, that's good. Luckily we can guard up. Bird up! And very nice. Rain of Sorrows, crit for 3 and bleed activate. So either way, even if I only did 1 damage, that would have still been plenty to take care of it. Go for a bonk on this and it resisted the stun. That's bummer, but whatever. 1 damage. I'll come over here and just Weakening Curse to try and drop it a bit. Prot and damage down. And now its turn is a thing. Brian, well, counter smack back for 2. And very nice. Now we just come over here and bonk him and he's gone. Fantastic. Fantastiastic. Sturdy Boots. Move resist. Boo-hoo. Move resist is garbage, honestly. I don't know why I keep saying boo-hoo. It's like mockingly whatever. I don't know. Pop a torch. We could actually probably take this group in for a darkness run. But that's fine. I'm cool with what we're dealing with. Thing is, the Cove, I find things go very quickly bad if you're not really careful. Okay, we've got another medicinal herb. And another chunk, just a pile of stuff. Luckily we dodged that trap. Nice, nice. Good stuff indeed. Dodge another trap. Oh boy. Pop a torch, and pop another torch. And we got the pink fish and 2 blue fish. Okay, Rain of Sorrows, crit and 3. Bleed on the back one, not on the front. Abyssal Artillery, 8 and 5. Fantastic. Then we just chop and take out that one. The 2 pink fish are taken care of. Fantastic. Activate our Retribution. Riposte. Hell yeah. Seaward Slash. 5 damage. Smack back for 12. Hell yeah. Seaward Slash on. By God, 5 damage. Boo-hoo. Not that big of a deal. Okay. Rain of Sorrows. 7 damage plus bleed. Nope, he resisted the bleed. Bummer. Seaward Slash. 9 damage. I really probably should have focused on the second one. Oh boy, his health is kind of low. Crit for 14. Well, you see, this isn't really a bad thing, though. Because we can come over here and we'll just heal for 9. And even if that doesn't max him out, let's go Protect Me. And we've got to wait for his turn. Holster, real quick. Back to the top of the line. And now we go... Redeem. You! We are redeemed! 8 and 13. Hell yeah, that's a nice big chunk of healing. And then we just chop him and finish him off. Very nice, very cool, very good, and fresh. That is what I like to see, frankly. Use the key to open up this chest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll just take that. Cool. We're still doing really good at the moment in terms of, like, really everything that's going on. So I suppose we don't need to camp just yet. You. Bada bing. Is there really anything that I should worry about in terms of camping? Not really. Not that I can think of. Use that. More loot. Pop a torch. Boop, boop, boop. Eat some food. Cool. Got some citrons now coming in. Onwards we march. What do we got in the crate? Literally nothing. Fantastic. There's combat here, so we're not going to be surprised by it. Pop a torch. We don't have a torch to pop. 2 deep stingers and a pelagic grapper, and they're surprised. How utterly fantastic. You. 6 damage plus 4 for bleed. You're gone. Now, we come over here and we say... You. Crit. Very nice. Debuff damage and prot down. Then we come over here and chop for 5. And then we can activate our Retribution, 4 damage. Very nice. So the octopus, or the jellyfish is going down. And now the Growper's going to attempt to make an attack on our mans. Seaward Slash, dodge, and smack back for 7. That was as perfect as it could have been. 7 damage and finished. Excellent. I'm happy with that. Probably should have traded Onyxes for the Citrines, but that's fine. We could camp. Camp just to get some extra stuff, possibly. The thing is, like, we don't really need to camp at the moment. At this rate, we're probably better off just keeping on marching forward. I just realized we have a lot of Citrines. Oh boy, a Deep Stinger and a Cultist Acolyte. You're going to Stressful Incantation on Bygod, 1 damage. Okay, good thing I'm holding off on that camp. Punish you, 6 damage, plus 4 for bleed. Same thing as before and taken care of. Now we're going to pull you forward. Crit 6, nice. Which means that when our occultist, well, when our man-at-arms goes, we can just activate a scratch. Okay, ran for the old gods. We resist the bleed because that's his whole thing. Let's activate our Retribution, 4 damage. And instead of proccing up guard, we can probably actually just take her out. Yeah, bonk. Easy. Back to the top of the line. Now we'll go for a scratch, 6 damage. You're going to rend for the old gods on Bygod again. Miss. Fair. And now we bonk for 7, and if we proc bleed, which we do, we are set. We'll come over here and heal. And now we can just buff everyone at this moment. Bada bing. Buffed. The buff is just going to wear off in a second anyways, but that's fine. Just a good way to deal with the time at the moment. Yeah. What we'll do, let's take that. Yeah, that feels good to me. Because we don't really need that extra Citrine. Okay, let's move up, and then after this, combat here. Coriolanus, how's it going? What's happening? We seem to be doing quite well at the moment, which I'm pretty happy about, I've got to say. Don't really want to bother about the page. We got her boosting this to 2500. We have a lot of holy water. Damn, when did we get so many holy water? Okay, quite well game-wise. We are, I would say, I believe we're about 12 missions in on medium difficulty, and we have not lost a single person at the moment, to my knowledge. So yeah, I gotta say, I'm pretty happy with it. And also doing quite well now after... We had a blackout yesterday because we're in Australia and it got really hot. But now I'm sitting under a fan, I'm enjoying myself, we're actually able to stream today. You struggle on Radiant. Fair. I mean, to be fair, I've spent the last while, because thing is, so I'll put it this way, we're on Season 4, season being just Run 4, essentially, because I'm trying to take Reynold and Dismas to, you know, do the whole achievement thing, and I realized this run, because I've got all the DLC, so for runs, the end of Run 1, all of Run 2 and 3, we had the... Oh boy, we're getting a lot of damage. I had the... what is it? The Blood Court thing there. You've not slept and you're trying to entertain yourself. That's fair. But yeah, and that whole thing. Without that, we've just been doing really good. But I've been doing a lot of research over the last little while to try and get myself good and knowledgeable about what exactly you need to do if you want to survive. But yeah, I don't know, it's taken time, but we're getting there. But yeah, trust me, I know the feeling. I was up until like, it was like really late last night, just because I was seeing when the power would come on, and it didn't come on up until like, you know, I think after I fell asleep, so probably at like 6 or 7 in the morning, which is a bit brutal, but I guess that's the whole thing. Yeah, Blood Court brutalized us so hard. So I figured, and I was watching, I don't know if you know anything about Hermitcraft or anything like that, But one of the guys on Hermitcraft who I watch, he started playing Darkest Dungeon the other day, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" So jumped into stream, watched, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I've got everything except the Blood Court active," and I was like, "You know what? I actually kind of agree with that idea, because the Blood Court stuff, like the Crimson Curse whole situation, just messed me up continuously every time that it ever comes into play. So I was like, you know what? Let's just play it safe. I've never actually finished the game before, as much as I've got. Hang on, let me quickly check. I have got. Nope, that's not the right button. Okay, I clicked on the game to try and make sure it was tabbed in, and I accidentally attacked. Fantastic. We've got 364 hours in the game. Granted, pretty sure that like at least like 20 of those hours are when I accidentally left it on one night. But regardless, it's still a relatively decent estimate of how much time I've spent in this game. But yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I can probably handle it. I definitely could not handle it, or at least not as a stream. But yeah, that's a whole thing. Also, I think we should camp in this room. It's the scout showing us. Trap, Curio, yeah. It's 7:50 a.m. You tend to play Crimson without Crimson Court. You've only played about 20 hours. Yeah, at the end of the day, of course, it's one of those sort of things where don't stress too much about being good at the game. Oh yeah, it's such a fun game. I really love it. Like, and it's sort of a bit of a bummer because some of the regulars who come around aren't particularly too interested in it. So a lot of the time, I just end up playing by myself. But it's a really fun game. Yeah, I would say it's very worth it. But yeah, ultimately it comes down to just knowing what you're doing. Am I looking forward to Darkest Dungeon 2? Yes, very much. Also, thank you for following. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, it's one of those things where I know we've got a Discord where we talk about stuff like that, and one of the guys mentioned it was only on the Epic Game Store, and I'm like, yeah, okay, fair. Well, really, whatever your opinion is of the Epic Game Store, I know a lot of people don't like it, all that sort of stuff. Who really cares at the end of the day? Because it's Darkest Dungeon 2 we're talking about. Like, that's gonna be hype. I'm so keen for it. Should be awesome. But yeah, I'm not really too worried about it. Like, if it's such a big deal that you don't want to play it on the Epic Game Store, fine. Wait the year and don't play it for that year. That's fine. Realistically speaking, by the time it took me like 2 years or something before I'm pretty sure before the game, I found it and started playing it. So I'm not too stressed over it. Like, looking back, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff or games where there's a lot of videos rather of Darkest Dungeon back when it first came out that I see and I'm like, wow, that was such a different game than what I recall. Like, they I'm pretty sure they had a different like font and everything, and I'm like, it is what it is at the end of the day. But all I'm gonna say is, all I gotta say on it is, I'm super hyped for it. I've been like watching all the content and stuff on it, and I am so keen. It is going to be awesome, I imagine. But yeah, it should be awesome. Self only stress up for one companion. We'll do you. But yeah, like, I'm not worried about any of that stuff. It should be awesome. Like, that's that's a whole thing. But because yeah, like I remember when it first got announced, I looked at it and I was like, because that was back right as I was doing my first big playthrough of the game, and I just sat back and I was like, this is going to be dope. Hell yeah. But yeah, it's one of those games where sure it's repetitive, but like it's repetitive in a way where, frankly, it's repetitive in a way where it doesn't actually get boring. So they could produce like a dozen, or actually it'd probably get boring after a dozen Darkest Dungeon games. But either way, I'm still keen for it. I'm always happy to have more things happening and such, like more DLC, more this, more that, whatever. Okay, we rolled low on that one as well. Do we want to just leave this dungeon? We probably could. But yeah, and so we're doing pretty decent, I think, overall in terms of this playthrough. One of those timeless games. Yeah, exactly. Like, thing is, because I haven't. When I was originally starting streaming, I did mainly Minecraft and stuff. I still play Minecraft. Like, I've got a series going for Minecraft at the moment, but you know, we've been playing Minecraft, we've been playing like Phasmophobia, we've been playing like this and that and everything. And, you know, it's just one of those sort of things where I came back to the game and I'm like, you know what, I really want to play this. And then in the effort of trying to be better at the game, I've researched a bunch. If you want to know like good YouTubers for watching this stuff, like Shuffle FM is really good for. He taught me how to use the flagellant and a few of the other ones. And what's the one? Shuffle FM, and I've been watching. Hang on, it's just on my phone here. Let me just quickly tab over to the right tab because, and it is Filthy Robot has been doing. How good is the blank? And granted, they're a few years old, so they might be a little bit out of date, but it still generally has a rough, good. It's still relatively appropriate in terms of the information you get. In that sense, it reminds you of HOMM3. I don't particularly recall what HOMM3 is. If you say it, I'll probably be like, oh, yes, I recognize that. But yeah. Yeah, usually watch some guys seeking progress further than usual. Fair, fair. One good week. Awesome. So people who are chilling get to just idle. So I don't know if idle means that they're not doing anything. I suppose it probably does. We could take... Okay. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Ah, fair. That makes sense. Hang on, what do we have here? Shield Breaker, Plague Doctor, etc. Yeah, screw it. I reckon let's stream this for another hour or so. I usually do like 2-hour streams, and we're at like 2:15-ish, so I'm just gonna stream to 3 hours because that's what I did last episode. Because we're on like episode 2 of this run, and I'm cool to just keep playing. Actually, I feel like that would be good. Okay, so who are we wanting to take out? So we've got Dismas here, Cove Master. Reynold is level 3, but we need to de-blight Reynold, or de-disease Reynold. Okay, let's see. Actually, we could probably take some extra people here, can't we? Shield Breakers, Plague Doctors, Jesters. Jesters are always good. Am I stopping the stream after or changing games? I think I probably might play maybe an hour or two of Phasmo after we do another hour of this, I reckon. Because so I just finished my university semester, so I've got like 2-ish months to chill out, so I want to get into a lot of, I want to go into a bunch of, well, I want to extend the amount of time we have per streams quite heavily. Usually I do like 4 hours, where at 5, but I did have to run to the bathroom and stuff between this game and playing Minecraft before. So that probably chonked up the time a little bit. But yeah, I'll probably keep streaming for another little while. Okay, so looking at what we've got, we're doing pretty solid all around, honestly, at this point. I reckon we could just take out this crew apart from Villain. Do we have another level 2 Antiquarian? Does not look like it. That's a bummer. Give me a moment. Okay, so we don't have any bosses up here apart from this orange, but I don't want to do them just yet. Could take Guifart. Let's take. We could take Dismas. Do I have much of a schedule? Not necessarily. It's not a set in stone schedule, but it's generally so whatever time it is now for you. So I believe you said it was. Hang on. 7:50. Usually I start streaming about 5-ish hours ago, roughly, but I sometimes stream a bit later. Like I've had later streams. We usually don't start after like now, but occasionally we do. Like ultimately it depends on really what the day's feeling like, which is I know not really the best way of doing it, but it's a situation of like, you know, if I'm sitting here and I've been out running around all day, I get home and I'm like, let's go play some Minecraft for a while. We would start playing maybe in an hour. I usually try and start on either a half an hour or an hour. We do have a Discord if you type !Discord, or actually I can just do it there for you if you want. It doesn't really matter either way. Okay, yeah, there's the Discord there. Feel free to join that if you wish. We've got a pretty chill group of people in there at the moment. It's we're not the biggest kind of group or community or whatever, But yes, also I see you've joined. Thank you for joining. I very much appreciate it. Um, yeah, we've got a chat there where I basically say whenever we're going live, and usually I try and give it like at least like 10 to 20 minutes at least of like notification time before I start actually streaming. But yeah, we've got an interesting group of people. Yeah, sounds good. But yeah, so generally, anytime through the last maybe 7 hours of whatever time you've got. So I guess between midnight for you and now is usually around the time period I tend to stream. But yeah, it's really just whatever works. We do a lot of D&D talk. If you've played D&D before, I can probably talk about that one for several hours at a time. Um, we've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I need to play that again because I haven't played it for a little while because I've been so busy with Darkest Dungeon and Minecraft. But we'll get into that sometime soon. What else have we been doing? Um, Darkest Dungeon, Dragon Age Inquisition. We used to play a lot of what are they called? Death Road to Canada was a fun one that we played for a while. You know, stuff like that, basically. Okay, but who should we take out? Cove Master we could take out, but that probably wouldn't work well with these three. Dismas is a bit of a dancer, so we don't want him. We could take Roger, or we could take Max. We've been letting Max kind of just chill out for a while, so ignore stealth. Yeah, we should probably get her up a little bit further. Okay, anyways, if you're in the back, what do we have? Demon Pool. So we should probably give him Sacrificial Stab instead of Weakening Curse, since we're not really working with, since we're not really marking very much. Boop and bop. You can take that, sir. Yep, easy peasy. What does Max got? Max is kitted out. Ooh, we can level up by God's stuff. Very nice. Yeah, and feel free if you see a character that you want named after you, I can do that as well. The ones that we've already named are Max. Well, we don't want to change Reynold or Dismas just to be certain. Cove Master I just changed so that way I note that she's good at the Cove. So apparently she's also good at the Warrens now as well. Interesting. Yeah, that's basically the list of people. So feel free if you wish to call out a character that you wish to have named after you. I'll do so if you wish. Okay, we want Redeem. Yeah, that feels good. Riley's all good. By God, we can probably give him some extra gear as well, actually. So I guess we'll come over here. By God can get that stuff up. Nice, nice. Max is good, and you can take that. Awesome. So that's going to buff up his speed. What's everyone's items looking like at the moment? You, madam, can obtain... we'll give you... Sounds good, I'm cool with that. We'll give you the Solar Crown, just so that way we can reduce stress. Actually, she's doing pretty good. Stress reduction, accuracy on the range. We don't have any Blightstones because I have a bad tendency to drive myself broke by accident and then sit there being like, oh crap, I need to do like or deal with that. Oh, actually, hang on. The cure, remove disease. Maybe we should come over here and do that. That's okay. We'll just cure. Where is that? Yep, there we go. Cool. Yep. So that's all good. Because I want to try and remove some diseases through this. Oh, lashed cure. We need that as well. Remove. Let's just take all of them for the sake that it's better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them. Okay, so that's pretty chill. What do we got? Yeah, that should actually... If we use Max to cure Riley... Oh boy, he's got a few things. Oh boy. Yeah, a lot of people you see say that getting the bank is a good investment. Is the bank... I presume you mean in here? Oh, here, yeah. Oh, that's cool. Fair, fair. That actually is somewhat cheap to my knowledge, so I'd say you're not incorrect, actually. Huh. That's good to get, actually. 5% gold per week. So essentially, that's, all things considered, I think actually, that is actually a very good call now that I'm looking at that. Huh. Gotcha, okay. So I gotta just save up for the portraits, which is probably the worst part of that. But I'm sure I can make it work. Um, Outsiders Bonfire is good. The thing is, a lot of these districts seem to be quite insane, I would say. Like, very good sort of stuff. Okay, we'll just give you dodge down. That's not speed down though. You're watching a guy streaming. He says he saves all of his dosh and just gets it ASAP. Then he gets more money than he spends by that point. Yeah, that's fair. That does make sense actually. Because yeah, if you're saving up, and that means that basically every time that you get interest, it's gonna exponentially grow. So yeah, I can see that. That definitely sounds like a good call. I might have to look into that. So Dankeschön for the advice. Okay, the Warrens is actually probably worth going to with this group now that I'm thinking about it. Give me a moment to clear my throat. So I've had a flu recently. So if you hear me mute, that's just why, because I'm just dealing with that. Okay, I guess let's come in here then. Sure, let's just do that. It's room battles, so we could probably get through it pretty quick. Take a stack of torches. It's a short mission, so we'll do 3 medicinal herbs, 2 keys, 2 holy water. We've got plenty of torches. I don't remember. Do we need bandages? Yes. There's if I'm not mistaken, there is the blade board. We can take them. That should be about right. Oh well. If I forget anything, then I guess I'll deal with that later. You can retreat from combat and even abandon quests if things are going terribly. Live to fight another day. That is extremely good advice, generally. You watched him, he traded all of his heirlooms to get enough portraits. Oh, that's fair. Things I don't really like trading my heirlooms just because they do become. I feel like if you're trading them, you usually are trading them at a loss. But I mean, if you're going for it, I suppose it does make sense. It's definitely a way to play. Which, I mean, at the end of the day, do really whatever works, I imagine. Okay, let's come over here. Let's Noxious Blast you, 2 damage, and hopefully Blight. Nope, no Blight, bummer. Then I guess we'll activate Riposte, take out you. And this should be relatively good, I reckon. Assuming, nope, it's going to attack max, 2 damage. It's a bit of a bummer, but 2 damage isn't too much. You're gone, and back to the top of initiative. And boop, drop some Blight down on him. And there's the Blight. Okay, so we can just spend this time trying to get everyone all set up. Bit of bleed, that's unfortunate. Probably did more bad than good in that circumstance. This is a medicinal herb thing for a buff, if I recall correctly. I think. Moonshine Barrel, hold on. Let me just bring up the list here. I think I went past it. Moonshine Barrel is medicinal herb for a damage buff until camp. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I guess let's just do it on him. Very nice. Grab a torch, and I'm hoping that you can't hear the dogs barking in the background. Luckily, I found there's a noise suppressor on the app I use, or not app, the software I use, that originally the noise suppressor I had was questionable, but this one's like a fully automatic setup one, and to my knowledge the quality is much, much better with it like that than it was before. So I'm pretty happy about that, I gotta say. Your playthroughs, you enjoy upgrading all troops. Yeah, because thing is, generally, you heard no dogs, so you would say so. Okay, sounds good to me. Yeah, I much prefer to generally try and make sure that everyone is as damaging and as powerful as possible, because if you are doing a lot of damage off the bat, generally you're probably going to be able to pull back quite a lot of loot anyways. So it's not that big of a deal either way, but I guess it is what it is. Okay, that might not have been the smartest decision. You're going to bleed a bit. We need to activate Retribution. You're taking 3. We'll damage you just to make sure you're gone. So you're at least going down. Then it's probably your turn. Okay, yep, your turn. You're going to attempt to vomit on Max. They're just targeting max. There's a crit, and also a lot of stress with that. That's brutal. Fair enough. Go for a punish, so 5 damage plus 4 for bleed. Then if we stack up Blight, you got 60% Blight resist. Or we could just go and possibly go Disorienting Blast on him for a stun. Yep, the stun procced. Good, good. So he can be a bit of a pain in the ass to deal with. Then we go for a stun on you, 6 damage, nice and solid. And then we come over here and we go, you, get over here, 3 damage. Bada bing. Stun wears off of you. Cool. You're going down next round, so you're... Nope, okay. It's our turn now, we just take out him. Just looking at YouTube, what is Dragon Age? So Dragon Age is a... How do I describe it? So, it's like a sort of like magic-based, like high magic sort of world where... It's an RPG, firstly, where essentially, you know, you got these big maps and you have to go and explore around them. You have your you have a party of 4 people, so out of your roster you choose 4 people, and you got to do a bunch of missions. It's like sort of typical RPG type stuff, where you can cycle between controlling your 4 people. Your main character has an ability to seal these things called rifts, which are essentially they're like a breakage between the like magic danger zone and the real world, or the material plane, I would say. It's a pretty fun RPG. I would generally go so far as to say it's one of the fun sort of... Well, it's definitely a fun series, I find, but I don't know, I've just been not too keen to... Well, I'm not saying not too keen, it's more of I've been more keen to play Darkest Dungeon than playing Inquisition, but I do need to play it at some point. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, that's probably a good way to do it, I reckon. Because thing is, I'm not entirely too sure how to describe it myself, because I'm not really far enough in the game. Like, I've played it through twice, or like through up until where I am now, basically twice. But basically, the long and short of it is, there's a big evil bad guy, and you've got to find a way to stop him. He ends up basically exploding the essentially the like high church where their equivalent of like a pope is, basically. And so everyone's like, oh crap, the divine, which is their pope, is dead. What are we gonna do? Etc. etc. They go and do all that sort of stuff. And then basically you've got to try and figure out how to try and take down the big guy who caused all of the badness happening. Which, I don't know, that's a whole thing. It's one of the games I do need to get back into playing, because it is definitely a fun game. I've not been playing it too much. But yeah, if you like RPGs and like magic-based stuff, and, you know, going across the map, doing all these missions, it's definitely a fun game. I have like a couple of friends. Well, my ex got me originally playing it, and then I found it for like $15 on Steam, because I was saying I wanted to play it for streams. And yeah, that was pretty good. So I was like, cool, I guess I'm getting that. Ended up buying it on Steam, and then I got one of my other friends who's like, oh, I see you've been playing Dragon Age Inquisition, and I'm like, yep. And she's like, okay, here's all of this lore, and I'm like, okay, sure, I guess that's a thing. So yeah, can't complain. I mean, I've been definitely having fun with it overall, but it is one of those games where I don't know. Thing is, it requires a level of skill of which I probably am not too good with. I'm gonna quickly ban that bot out of here. None of that. But yeah, I'm still, things considered, I'm kind of horrible when it comes to games like that, where you have to have like timing and like calculate out certain attacks and everything, and I'm just bad at it. I'd like to think I'm much better when it comes to slowly planning through attacks and, you know, stuff like this game, for example. I'd like to believe I'm much better at it. But yeah, I mean, if you like RPGs, it's definitely a fun game, I've got to say. But yeah, past that, I'm probably horrible at describing the game, given that I don't really know how to describe it. I'm not particularly proficient when it comes to talking about RPGs and stuff. I've only played a few of them, or at least MMO style RPGs. I've not played too many of them, but yeah, that's the whole thing. But yeah, definitely a fun series. I would give it pretty decent rating, but yeah. So yeah, yeah. Again, I'm not the best when it comes to describing it, but yeah, definitely a fun game. Phasmo, I presume basically everyone on Twitch at this point knows what Phasmophobia is because it's been one of those sort of blow up sort of games that everyone's been playing. So that's a whole thing. What other games are there? Yeah, we played Paper Mario back in the day, specifically Thousand Year Door. Um, I did go and play Origami King on my own time, and that was alright, but it did have that sort of thing where like you finish the final boss and then it resets you back before you finish the final boss, and I hate it when games do that. So that was a bit of a bummer, but I guess it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know, that's the whole thing at least. Ah, man, these spiders suck. I really can't stand them. Stun, Blight, Mark. It's brutal. At least these back two are taken care of. Let's activate Retribution on this one. Okay, let's come over here and heal you. Heal for 2. Okay, there's the like first bad heal this guy's done for quite a while. Okay, back to the top of the line. Now you come over here, please, and stun that one. Yep, there's Blight. Well, not stun, sorry, Blight. Blight on Riley. Smack back, taken care of. Let's hope we can get our Flagellant to have a turn before these two just, take care of themselves. Are we not below 40%? I think we're like 1 health point above 40% damage. That's annoying. Or 40% health. You've seen it, but you've seen it about, but you're unaware of its gameplay. Also curious to what I do on the Minecraft. So with Minecraft, we've done quite a few different style things. Usually, I die a lot on Minecraft, but that is what it is. But as of recently on the server, so we've had 2 big Minecraft series that I've done recently. MC Eternal, which was an awesome modded Minecraft game or world I was playing, and then one of the boys, well, I was talking to him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll give you like $50, set up a server for like 2 months, and we can all play on it." And I was like, "Sounds good to me. I'm down with that." So we did that, and it was pretty good. Yeah, definitely can't complain about it. But then that wrapped up after a while, and I ended up after stopping the server, started a vanilla Minecraft playthrough, where essentially I wasn't too sure of what I wanted to start with, because it's sort of just been one of those things where I'm like, I'll just play it and see what happens. But I've started setting up this big area, and we're building a big castle on it, hopefully. Like, I say hopefully, but that's what I'm doing at the moment. Like, I've just made a massive border around our Dark Oak area, and it's coming along pretty nicely. I've been enjoying it, but I want to build, like, a nice town around it and everything, and it should it's hopefully going to turn out pretty good. I'm keen for it, but yeah. Yeah, so at the moment I'm soloing it, yeah, just to see how far I can get it, and then I've been considering putting it up onto a server or something like that, but I don't really know what the plan is at the moment, because I want to have a server for like all the people who watch to join and stuff, and we can all hang out. But at the same time as well, I want it so if I am setting up a server that we have like enough stuff there that people can people can play it for a while before, starting to get bored. Because thing is, I can easily, like, I know for a fact I can keep myself entertained on Minecraft for quite a long time, but I've been bitten before per se. I had a couple of the boys playing on the server, and I say the boys, it was a group of people that I was friends with from like primary school, and a few of them, well, one in particular was like, "Oh, let me cheat in a bunch of stuff and like use hacks and everything," and it kind of just ruined the experience for all of us, because there's the group of like, so out of 7 of us or so, like 5 of us are there trying to actually like play the game in vanilla or like as legitimately as possible, and like do all that sort of stuff and build and make cool stuff. I remember one of the boys was pretty good at building, so he built a bunch of houses and basically helped make a town. I spent most of the time on it because that's just what I do. And we ended up building a nice town, and we had fun with it. But yeah, there was the one guy who. So essentially, the way that that world worked was that was originally one big world that we all played on, and that was cool and all. But then we all got to the point where we're like, yeah, we've all got diamond. We don't really have to do anything, and so we got far enough in that we're like, okay, we essentially had two big kind of we had two big towns essentially. I had my town that I solo built, and they all worked together for their own town, and it was cool and all, and I very much enjoyed it. And so I was like, okay, hey guys, do we want to maybe, I don't know, we can go and I will warp us like 50,000 blocks away. I'll set up a border so there's no way you can get back to the old area. I ended up emptying out all of the ender chests of everyone except for the two people who ended up cheating, because they all just so conveniently happened to not be available for the day that I was emptying out all of the inventories. And so as they joined when I wasn't on. They ended up warping over to where we all were, and basically I come on the next day, and one of them, I'm sitting there watching because I had this like nice wall that I built that kind of separated out because there was a river and we were on like this mountainy sort of bit. So I was watching out, and he had his like little house. It was like slowly coming along, and so I'm like, okay, sure. I see him walking around, and I see him in the distance, and I see he's shooting fire arrows, and I'm like, excuse me, none of us have enchantments. How exactly do you have fire arrows? So I looked at his inventory because we had a thing in there that allowed us to do that, and I look at it, and it's just like, hang on a second, why is this a power 5 unbreaking 3 flame infinity bow that you have in your inventory? And he's like, oh, no reason. I check his inventory, and it's got like a bunch of diamonds on it, or diamond stuff in there. He had enchanted diamond gear that, I don't know, I guess I didn't see. But I'm just like, what's going on here? And so I'm just sort of like, okay, really, man? For a fact that I told everyone, I asked them politely to remove everything. And like, not only that, but like, then like, I remembered, it all like kind of came together for me, because I then like had that flashback where I'm like, hang on a second. As soon as he joined, I saw, because I had the logs there of when he joined, I saw in chat him being like, hey, does anyone have like 8 obsidian that I can borrow? And I'm like, odd. Then later on he's like, oh, I need an ender pearl. Can someone grab me an ender pearl? And then he ended up dying in the nether to some blazes, and I was like, huh, that's odd. And then it all kind of clicked, and I'm like, oh, he made an ender chest and just took all of his shit out. What a dog. So I wasn't too happy about that. And yeah, so I was unhappy about that, generally. So I said to him, I'm like, hey, what the hell? And he's like, oh, I just want it so that way because you guys all started before me. And I'm like, yeah, we all started before you. You had iron by the time that you joined. Or we had iron by the time you joined. That wasn't much of an advantage. He's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whatever. Fine. And then get this. 2 days later, he's like, oh, I'm so bored. I already have all diamond and everything. And there's like nothing much for me to do. And I'm like, you know what you could do? Build. Or perhaps start over, destroy your stuff, and start over from zero, and actually play the game like it's meant to be played, instead of just going, oh yeah, let me just cheat in all of my diamond shit and like my max enchanted gear and this and that already has mending and whatever. And I'm just sort of like, if you're gonna not play the game properly, don't bother coming on my server and playing it. And then get this, right? Not only that, but then later on, I was watching him, and he just starts flying. He just, like, creative mode flies, basically. And I'm like, you're on survival. What the hell? And I end up being like, okay, that's dumb. He ends up then later on sharing a screen after he thought I went to bed, because I was saying in the chat, I'm like, oh, I pulled an all-nighter, I'm gonna go to bed. He starts sharing his screen on Discord. I'm like, okay, interesting. Join into it. I see he's got like a bunch of like all this like stuff coming up on his screen, allowing them to fly and do this and that, and I'm just like, really, man, really, you gonna be doing that? Like, I had this server set up because I wanted the boys to be able to play the game legitimately and have a good time and chill out. And you're coming in and basically just ruining the point of the game. So yeah, needless to say, I wasn't too happy about that. I've gone on a bit of a rant, but yeah, it's no fun when that happens. You know, whenever you play with your brothers, TNT and Flint and Steel always come into play at some point and ruins it for the rest of you. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where like it's just one person who always is like, you know, you're trying to play it normally, you're trying to play it like as it's supposed to be played, and then there's just that one person who comes in and just ruins it for everyone, which always ends up just making it unfun or like really kind of just a bummer for everyone, and it's not fun. Like, so naturally, yeah, I want to make sure that anytime that I do set up an online server, that we have proper moderation and everything, and people who aren't going to go and just be like, let me just steal stuff and burn it and everything, because frankly, I'm probably the in the most danger for stuff like that, because I love building with like wood and logs and like, you know, that sort of all of that flammable sort of stuff. So naturally, one rogue fire is going to mess us all up. And because the thing is, I do like keeping fire spread on, because it does present a level of challenge. Like if you put a fireplace there and you aren't aware of it, it's a good way to get yourself screwed over. But I suppose that could probably easily just be beaten by just, I guess, turning off fire spread. But yeah, you get the idea. Thing is, people are always going to go out of their way to try and mess things up. Shorty, how's it going? What's up? We are just talking about Minecraft and stuff. You could play hours of Minecraft foraging resources and being able to build something amazing architecture. It's very satisfying. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the whole thing, right? Is Minecraft is a game. Oh, happy birthday! That's awesome. Yeah, Minecraft is one of those sort of games where, you know, a lot of the satisfaction comes from being able to spend time grinding out the grinding the game and getting to a point where you can justifiably do all of the cool stuff because you've grinded all of the cool stuff. Like, that's just how it is, you know? And when people don't respect the grind, like, because at that point it's basically just saying a big F you to everyone who, like, actually spends the time grinding out the game and trying to do stuff like that. You got a new PC. That's awesome. That's good stuff. I remember back in the day when I got my PC first, or like the first time I got it, I was really happy with it because it went from being able to not do really anything on like a crappy laptop to being able to actually, like, you know, play games and stuff. You're officially 16. Good stuff. That is pretty hype. I yeah, I generally would say 16 is a very good age because, at least where I live, that opens up a lot of ability to do things. Granted, of course, you still can't drink and stuff, but it's still pretty hype. But yeah, Pog indeed. Ooh, more people available. What do we got?
Fools and corpses.
Yes, it's pretty hype. I remember back in the day when I turned 16, like 20 now, but yeah, still pretty hype. Increasing number of available heroes. Well, we don't really need to worry about that. There's not really too many heroes here that I'm interested in taking at the moment. We've got our flagellants. We got like all of the people that we want. Bygod, Max, Canoeville. You're 20 and you feel ancient. Yeah, fair. I can definitely agree with that. Like, I'm starting to get to the point where, like, you know, I'll be doing like whatever. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you don't need to have a drink either to have a good time. Like, it's one of those sort of things where I often end up just sitting out of drinking just because a lot of the people that I tend to hang out with much prefer to drink, and I'm like, it's whatever. Just enjoy not studying and working intensely 24/7. Yeah, exactly. That's definitely accurate. Because, yeah, once you hit like around our age, it gets pretty heavy in terms of studying and stuff. That's why I'm enjoying just having my time off at the moment. Like, oh man, because so basically all of the boys that I hang with, yeah, they all enjoy drinking quite heavily, and I'm just like, yeah, I'd prefer to actually be able to drive and like, you know, be the person who is capable if something comes up that needs to have someone not plastered. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a whole thing. Okay, so what are we looking at? We've got a necromancer that we could take on. All Saints Day could gather 3 holy relics. I honestly prefer. Uh, I mean, at the end of the day, whatever works for you. I won't comment on any of that because I prefer to just make sure I'm in the safe zone for that sort of stuff in terms of all that. Yeah, exactly. Like, because the thing is, myself and the boys, a lot of us we've developed a habit to just go and get pizza and stuff. And I'll tell you what, pizza is awesome. Like, I very much enjoy a nice big pizza or some chips and stuff. Like the thing is, like up along where I am in Australia, there's a lot of chip shops. Yeah, like I don't know how legal it is in terms of Australia and stuff, but I like to just be safe and better safe than sorry. You know what I mean? Your sister got a Hawaiian pizza for your birthday. Fair, fair. Yeah, like thing is, because we got Domino's nearby, which you can, for like $5, you can get like a nice, decent size like pepperoni pizza, and of course, $5. It's usually like not the best, but it's still like that's pretty good. Games and movie nights beats getting mortal. I'm guessing that means getting smashed and such. But yeah, exactly. Like hanging out with the boys, like all that sort of stuff. It's good stuff, especially since like I've got Jackbox, and I think I've got every Jackbox game at this point. Where it's just fun. Frankly, I just enjoy playing Jackbox and hanging out and all that sort of stuff. It's all good. Don't worry about it. I probably say plenty of Australian phrases and such that would not go over, or that would not be the most understandable. It's chill either way. Um, but yeah, that's a whole thing. But yeah, either way, it's pretty chill. Because ironically, I imagine British slang is actually quite similar to a lot of Australian slang as well. Like, I don't know. I know I've got a few of the boys who are. Oh, whoops! Accidentally clicked out Canoeville. Yeah, a lot of the boys are. Or specifically, one of them is very British. I think he actually moved down to Australia when he was very young, so he still has a lot of Britishness within his family. And yeah, it's pretty chill. Didn't realize chips weren't a just a British thing. No, no. Chips generally, for me at least, because there's hot and cold chips, right? So hot chips are your like fries, as Americans would call them. That you get like chicken salt on it, which is apparently an Australian thing. But you get them, you sit at the beach, you chill out, all that sort of stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, fish and chips. Yeah, yep. Um, and then there's the cold chips, which is like your bags of chips that you salt and vinegar, all that sort of stuff. At this point, because I think the best way that it can be described for Australians is our slang is the most common denominator in terms of all this sort of stuff. So whatever we can say that we all know what it means, but it requires the least amount of effort. So you want chips? Okay, we'll go out and grab chips with the boys. Or I can go up into the kitchen and grab a bag of chips. You can generally tell what you mean because if it's a bag of chips, you probably say it's a bag of chips. But you can go out and you get chips because the hot chips don't come in a bag. They come in like this weird wrapping of paper. It is what it is. Or fish and chips, whatever works. You generally get what I'm saying, I would imagine. But you resist. And damage up, dodge down. Or actually, accuracy crit and dodge down even more. That's good stuff. Damage versus humans. Where are we even going? I don't actually know. But yeah. Yeah, it's like English is a fascinating language. Like, it is one of those things where I'm very happy I grew up with English as my first language because I imagine that there are quite a few people out there who don't, or who have to learn English and don't find, or don't understand, how we have like 7 different variations of the same saying. It's like how you can see Hang on, give me a moment. Alright, apologies for that. I just had to blow my nose real quick. Yeah, it's like, depending on where you put a comma sort of thing, you can have like 7 different variations of the one saying. First round, we'll drop your speed, I reckon. Cove. Where do we want to go? Oh, we're going to the ruins. Oh. Oh, maybe we shouldn't bring this group. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's even getting to this point where, like, I messaged one of the boys using Siri yesterday, just basically being like, "Hey, is your power still on?" Or I said, "Is your power on? Is your power out too?" And he's like, "Huh," like, do the little asterisk TOO in response because Siri just put TO, and I'm like, "Huh, you nerd! Joke's on you! I use Siri because typing is for plebeians." Nah, that's a joke. I type all the time. When you met some guys who were Dutch, they were telling us how they have different variations of slang too, depending on where you're from. Yeah, exactly. Like we back a while ago, myself and the boys met some. We met this German guy, and just talked to him a bunch. He ended up chilling out with us and having a good time while we were camping. But yeah, we just had a good conversation about, like, how speech works and everything, because he didn't understand a lot of the different sayings that we had, and likewise they have their level of translatability that goes up and down depending on the situation. Okay, let's change what we've got. Focus ring, crit, and dodge. Okay, so let's take this guy then. And we go accuracy up and damage and dodge down. Very nice. So the damage should be very solid. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying, though. There's a lot of different ways of phrasing things that, if you're not, or even if you don't have, or even if you're not fluent in the language, you still might not understand fully. When you met, oh, you already read. I already read that. Never mind. I'm blind occasionally. What is decent? Solemnity. Here, revenge is apparently pretty decent. This one, damage up, accuracy up. But at the same time, I like this build. That's my usual layout for him. In before, this is where I'm about to lose an entire group. No, this is just a holy relic mission. Should be right. Should be right. We'll take only 1 stack of torches. We're going in the ruins. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Take one medicinal herb. I'll go 2. It's actually an apprentice level mission. 45 scouting. Yeah, we should be right with that. Yep, cool. But yeah, at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying. But yes, I've got to say, I do like. Thing is, like, I find myself liking and disliking certain areas of this game quite a lot. Like the ruins, I very much enjoy. The warrens, I don't, but the weald, I very much like. The cove, I sort of am half-half on the cove because I've lost many groups to the cove just because of how purely damaging they can be. Like, Seaward Slash, I've lost, like, people to all the time, and it's brutal. But I guess it is what it is.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Oop. And bada bing, awesome. What do we got? So, now, I don't know if you're aware of this, Corolasis, because this is something that I really only found out a while ago. But if you scout a mission, like if you scout a combat, like it comes up, oh boy, 25 wealth beyond measure. Yeah, but if you have like the little red cross come up, that's the battle. You can't have your party be surprised by that, which is quite good in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty hype actually. I do quite like it. We'll get you to do this, and yep, there we go. Absolved of a sin, known cheat. Damn it, that was like the one thing I was hoping didn't get removed, because any of these other ones would have been good. Bummer. Of course, I guess that's how it always is. You wasn't sure, but you kind of just assumed that's how it worked. Yeah, pretty much. Like, thing is, scouting is extremely important.
Otherworldly corruption.
What the hell? Excuse me. Why did Max just act without my direction? Hylemania. Okay, I need to remove that. Hylemania sucks. Mostly always lose your teams to stress. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I've lost quite a few teams to stress in my time. Generally, it depends on how you really want to build your team, I find. How do I put it? There are a lot of different ways that you can deal with stress. I generally hate the idea of leaning into the stress. Like, I don't like the razor's edge, like, high stress style of play because, frankly, it's not my style. But usually there is decent, like, the jester in that case is usually very good for dealing with stress. The other thing is just being able to know how to take out, like, being able to stun these guys before they can do anything, that sort of stuff. Reducing the amount of attacks that you take to stop getting stress for the most part. Generally, the main thing to worry about, and this is the convenience in playing in high light, is you don't get critted as much. Because anytime you get critted, you always get stress from it, which can be brutal. So being able to turn around and be like, I'm just going to choose to not get crit, or being able to like reduce the chance of getting critted is generally ideal. 7-7, not bad. Okay, we're set here. We'll purge all the corpses, just get rid of them. And hello, sir. Come to the front of the class, have we? Well, that's not going to work. Nice. Okay, we're doing a Holy Relic mission, and I have no idea where any of the Holy Relics are. There's one. You need to watch some videos on combat, what to focus, single multi-target, and when to. Yeah, so generally, the best way I can shorten, or the best TLDR I can give you, the back two are always the ones that you should generally focus on. Because this guy, anytime you see a courtier, you gotta focus him. Either stunning him or just blighting him to get him out of the combat and stop him from having his attacks. Because he is the one you gotta worry about, because he's gonna be giving you stress. Same thing with the female cultists. They're like, they have a bunch of different names because each difficulty has a different variation with a different name. But like the acolyte, then the witch, then I don't know what the top level one is. Get them out as soon as possible, because that's generally how it goes. Then the arbalist is also kind of annoying, but it's the whole thing. Yeah, so you'll get an extra bit of dodge. You can generally mouse over it. So dodge, for example, you get +4 dodge for the light level, which realistically, the leper, we don't really want to be worrying about dodge because he's got his healing and everything. So we're not too stressed on that. But yeah, you get dodge based on the light level. Also, not bad, not bad. But say you look at him, for example, where is it? Dodge, -4 for the trinket. But then because we have the light, he'll be getting +4. So that's pretty useful. We can come over here now. Let's heal up our leper. We just want to preemptively stop him from taking damage. So the way to generally... the way that I've found is a good way to think of it. Wait, give me a moment to clear my throat. Yeah, so the way I generally find you want to think about it is you want to play the game and try and be preemptively stopping whatever they do, right? So because he's stunned, he doesn't get his action, so we're going to spend our turn to heal and just make sure everyone's kitted up and good to go. So now we attack, 12 damage. We really don't need to worry about it. So we know he went last that round. He's got a speed of 5. We can generally, hopefully, roll higher than him in terms of speed, and we just use everyone who's got higher speed to deal with it. The thing that I always tend to forget, and I've been horrible with and only recently relearned, speed is incredibly important, right? Because if you look at it in terms of turn economy, which is generally a good way to look at it, you have essentially, for the most part, 1 turn for each character, and the enemies have 1 turn for each character, right? Removing or stopping their ability to have turns through stuff like stuns, through at least giving people blight, reducing their turns, even riposte gives you essentially an extra turn per turn per cycle, relatively, at least. It means that your action economy is much higher, and you have a much higher chance of taking out enemies. God damn it, Max, really? I suppose that's why I haven't been using Max very much. There's our hunger check. And we'll pop a torch. But yeah, and then just knowing how to deal with action economy, right? You have bosses who'll have 3 turns in 3 attacks per turn or per cycle, and that can be brutal to deal with if you're not careful. We'll go and do this and then backtrack around. So just basically try and... That's why I always try and at least have one stunning-based character. So in this circumstance, Plague Doctor's a brilliant stunner. I also like the Hellion because she's got Barbaric Yorp. So essentially between Plague Doctor stunning the back 2, Barbaric Yorp stunning the front 2, you then have 2 characters that can just spend their entire turn doing whatever they want. Is there anything that shows turn order other than checking speed? Not really. Because to my knowledge, the way it essentially works is that behind, like, in the actual code for each combat, I don't know if it checks it per turn or per combat specifically, but they randomly choose, or it randomly gives them a value, and then their speed is added to that, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't know the number that's rolled, it might be 20, I'm not too sure. I think if you check no, I don't think that shows it. Where is it? Glossary. Hang on, I can check speed, hopefully. Where is it? MOPQRS speed. Base value is 1 to 8 plus modifiers. Right, so initiative. Okay, initiative is re-rolled each round. Gotcha. So, behind the scenes, essentially, you'll be given a number between 1 and 8, and then your speed is added to that. So, in a circumstance where the leper could roll an 8 and then get a +2 and have 10. Or Dismas, he's probably not the right one, but to show. But and then, for example, Max could be rolling a 0 or a 1, I suppose, and then get +5, so have a speed of 6. Then the leper will go first, whoever's next, and then down that list of who goes in what turn, and then etc., etc. So it's not really a good thing to fully rely on, but it's always better to have your characters acting before the enemies. That's why it's important to have surprise. That's why it's important to not be surprised, etc. Because shuffling messes you up then as well, and that's a whole thing. Also, it's good to take out things that still haven't had their turn yet. So the next one I'm going to attack is this one, but it's going to have its turn. So it's basically reset that. Okay, now, presumably, you're going to... Okay, so this is an example where speed 2 goes before speed 5, just because he rolled higher than Max. So now we can come in here and we go for a double chop. And we've taken out one of them, which is good. Then we come over here, Noxious Blast, and take it out. Is that a bleeding pendant? Fair. Emeralds, not bad. What do we want to take? We can swap the bleed for the bandages, ironically. And then we want probably emeralds over the onyx. Yeah, that's all good. To be fair, even just me checking, it's refreshing my memory on how it works anyways. So it's all good. But yeah, so that being said, it's if you... I presume you probably haven't played D&D, because I presume you would have commented on it before if you had. Okay, we do have to come over here. So in D&D, you have what's called initiative, which is essentially the same concept, where you'll have a speed value, or speed determined by dexterity. So, for example, using a character that I've been playing recently called Furore, he's a dragonborn barbarian. He's got a speed value of 2. So, you was meant to say before, you know of it, but nothing about it. Right, okay, gotcha. So, essentially, he's got a speed value of 2, which means, we would enter combat, the DM would say roll initiative, I would get out my d20, because instead of a d8, it's a d20 in D&D. You roll it, say I get a 14, then +2 for my speed, which gives me 16. So I'm below anything that's above 16, and then I go before anything that's below 16, essentially. That's the rough description on how initiative works in D&D, and it's basically transferable to this. It's just that we don't actually know our initiative for each of these. We just have to guess. Which, bummer, but for the most part, you can generally deal with that. Do I stream games of D&D? Not usually, but I do stream stuff like creating maps and stuff for D&D occasionally. I used to do it a lot more, but nowadays I don't do it too much. The reason I mainly don't stream the actual games is because usually with D&D, since it's a game that has like a bunch of people playing, I would have to go across and firstly have everyone have a microphone, which that's kind of expensive to set up, and also, I have to make sure like, hey, like throwing out just random names of the boys. Sam, you're cool with streaming and being shown on stream. Matt, you're good. Chris, you're good. Zandy, you're good, etc., etc. And then I have to make sure that everyone's cool with being on an actual stream, which, yeah, it's one of those things where it's a lot of effort. And I try and, as much as I enjoy having the boys play on stream like games and stuff, there is still always a level of like, I don't want them to start bringing up something that could mess us over, sort of thing. Like, I've occasionally accidentally dropped like names of people who didn't want to be named. I've almost occasionally dropped dropped locations nearby that would lower or that would narrow it in on where I am, all that sort of stuff. Just out of curiosity, has it interested you, but you never got into it? Yeah, honestly, D&D nowadays, like, now is the time to be playing games like D&D right now, sort of thing. Because, like, there's, over the last couple of years, 5th edition, which is the edition that is currently out, has blown up massively. And its thing is, they've gone and they've simplified the game quite a lot. So, like, now is the perfect time to get into D&D. You can generally find basic starter packs pretty easily. If you don't want to buy the books, you can find them online. Though I don't know the legality of them, I just know that they are there. You got like the player's handbook, which is important to find. The 3 main books you need to know of really are the player's handbook, the monster manual, and the dungeon master's guide. And so Player's Handbook just gives you basically the run through on how to play. The Dungeon Master's Guide, because essentially the way it works is you'll have however many people at the table. So say, in the circumstance of one of the games that I'm currently playing, you have one Dungeon Master. There's always one Dungeon Master because that's the person who's making the maps and telling you the story and all that sort of stuff. And then you have as many players as you have. So in that case, there's 5 players. So around the table, there's like we've got a sorcerer, we've got a warlock. Wait, yeah, is he a warlock? Yeah, he is. We've got myself, who's a barbarian, which I usually play wizards and stuff, but I was like, you know what, screw it, let's play barbarian. We got one of my good friends who is another barbarian, but he's a different type of barbarian. And then we've got a rogue, essentially, and that's the rough layout of what our party is at the moment. And, it's one of those things where I'm kind of like losing place as I like find stuff. But yeah, D&D is a very fun game. Often you can find a lot of people and a lot of stuff online nowadays, especially with 5th edition, to teach you how to play. One of the common ones that everyone tends to like is Critical Role. That's a podcast where they basically play D&D. There's another one called Adventure Zone, which is one that I very much like, where they play D&D. Plus also a few other games, but D&D is like season 1 and 3. Then they play a different game for season 2. But that's the whole thing. Anyways, yeah, so you get the idea. That's a whole sort of thing there. Okay, we stunned him. Very nice. But yeah, D&D, like, now is the time, I would say, if you want to learn how to play D&D, that you should look into doing so, because it is very big at the moment. And it was always one of those things where back in the day I was like, oh, I would like to play D&D at some point. And then one of the boys was like, hey, one of our other friends has recently started playing D&D and I'm playing in the game with them. Would you like to come play with us? I went and played some games, learnt the basics, etc. And then I ended up going in on my 18th birthday, I ended up DMing a game for 10 players, which would suggest don't do, because that's a lot of people, and generally you want to keep it relatively to a small amount of people, because the more people you have, the easier it is for people to feel left out, which you don't really want to do. It's supposed to be a group game where you play with your group. So that's the whole thing. Yeah, either way, you get the idea. That's sort of a whole thing. Let's abyssal artillery. Ooh, smack them. Nice. But yeah, D&D's fun. I like it. I generally go over, like, I do need to do more D&D streams. Most of my D&D streams tended to be like this time of night sort of thing, where is it a game you try and win as a party or trying to win for yourself? It's a game that you win as a party. So, for example, throwing it back to the way that I played it back in the day, because like I said, I've played as a DM quite a few times. So one of our stories that we played, it was like a hero style game, so I modeled it after a show called Hero Academia, which is like this anime. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a good. I liked it. It's a good show in my opinion. But so basically, the way it would work is I would develop the story. So each of those guys will be made. I made a character with each of them. So, for example, Matt played a character called Wolfgang, who basically was able to control fire. We had Xander playing Astro. Okay, that's fair. Astro was like a telekinetic, so he could, levitate, do that sort of stuff. Chris was playing Canium. He was basically Diamond Head from Ben 10, where he basically could just crystallize himself up, which was kind of cool. And so basically I would be like, okay, guys, so, as you guys find yourself in this location, they would know what they're doing. Basically, we set it all up, so it's like, oh, you guys are chilling at Wolfgang's place, this thing happens, or like someone breaks in and roll initiative sort of thing. And roll initiative, then they do this or whatever. Generally, it's a bit more prepared and a bit, and not just, oh yes, this person breaks in. It's usually like, you see on the TV that there is a large ship that's flying over the town. It's said to be a stolen vessel from a Landover or whatever, and there aren't any heroes available to try and stop it. What do you want to do? And they'll be like, oh, well, I want to go and probably do that. Like, I want to go and fly up there and stop it. So they would all fly up and then have to make their way through the ship dungeon that I made, whatever, etc., etc. Usually a bit more interesting stuff there, but basically, as the DM, you're both the judge and also... How do I put it? It's the judge and also you're still playing the game with them, right? Like, it's still one of those things where I enjoy it because, like, whilst you're the DM, you're also still, like, you're presenting challenges to them, but it's still fun when they overcome those challenges, generally. But yeah, that's at least kind of how I see it. Self-only stress, damage up. Nope, don't want to do that. Let's just clean guns and unparalleled finesse. Just make our mans here very powerful. But yeah, so, everyone's all working together as a team to do whatever it might be. Yeah, it's definitely fun. I at least very much enjoy it. But yeah, that's a whole thing. But yeah, D&D nowadays is, like, at least me explaining that probably didn't make much sense, and I probably did a bad job of it, but, like, it's one of those games that I would generally say is a very fun game to play. Assuming that you're with a group of good people, and that's something I always say. We actually did a D&D podcast for a while, just talking about D&D and how to, like, build worlds and do all this sort of stuff. We haven't done it for a while just because myself and the person who did it, Chris, we've both gotten busy over the while with exams and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those sort of things where it ultimately always comes back to make sure you've got a good party of people that you trust and you, like, are willing to actually spend time playing with, because I'll be like, the worst thing is when you're with someone or with a group of people who the rogue tries to steal from the party or whatever, some garbage like that. Because yeah, party on party combat, unless it's properly set up beforehand, tends to not be fun for really anyone, and you got to have the right party so that doesn't happen. Like, and anytime it does happen, it's done in a proper way that has a level of, what's the word? It has a level of, like, compatibility with it. Like, it makes sense for the story. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Let us stun the back two if possible. This one. But yeah, D&D is good. It's blown up recently, I think, because of Critical Role. But yeah, at the end of the day, there's a lot of fun stuff about it, and assuming that you can find a good group of people who are chill and will play it with you, it generally tends to turn out pretty well. I would actually be interested in doing in running a campaign for a bunch of the people who come to streams and stuff, but that would probably take a little bit of time to set up. And the other bummer about it is that I couldn't really do that. I couldn't really set it up on stream because then everyone would know what they're getting into. Better to have people. Better with people you know you can have a laugh with. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, and we're gonna purge all of these people. Nope, that's not the attack I was going for. I thought I clicked purge, but I guess not. Sure, back to the top of initiative anyways, and we'll stab that. Okay, 3, 1, 2, 3. Take the gold. 250 each. We'll take this, and I suppose we'll just grab it. Grab that. Or do we want to keep going? Actually, let's keep going. Sure. What else do we have over here? Got a scout, curio. Okay, I guess we can come over here and double back. My phone's a buzzing. Okay, you. An old journal entry. Wow. Sure, we'll take that. Just so that way we can gather them up. I don't know, the thing is I like the journal pages in concept, but like a lot of the time it doesn't make any justifiable sense to take them with you. Oop, hunger check. Bummer.
The requirements of survival cannot be met on an empty stomach.
That is a bummer. That's fine. Room battle with treasure. We should get some good stuff up here. We'll get you to disarm that, or I guess you won't. And now you're being tested. What do we got? If it's bad, we'll just dip. Nope, yep, okay, that's bad. I'll do this curio and then we'll just dip out. Oh. Well, extra damage. Oh, not interested in that. Let's just dip out of here.
Recovered from the encroaching dark.
Nice. Good stuff. And Hyromania. Go figure. Okay, we should throw Max in to do that. And I'll wrap up this video, and I think, then let's keep playing this, I reckon. So, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you for coming out. We're at 3¼ hours. I very much appreciate you being here. I'll catch you in the next video. If you've been here for a minute or a moment, or the entire stream, I appreciate it, as always. Thank you, and goodbye.